is not going to be taken for granted. It's a show of commitment for you to be here today. Just like the biblical story of the sower who went out to the garden with seeds. As he was scattering them, they fell into different surfaces with different soil textures, and some even fell on them. So I want to equate you with the seeds that fell on a fertile soil. That when it fell on a fertile soil, it germinated and it grew and produced great harvest. And again, I want to equate you again the story of the Bible about the 10 girls who were waiting for the master. Among them there were 5 foolish ones, and among them there were 5 wise ones. It was all about preparation and readiness to receive the host. Likewise, you've been preparing for this day. You've been waiting for this day. You are among the 5 wise girls who are ready and prepared to meet the wedding host. You don't know the time, so you need to have adequate preparation. All the 5 waited until around midnight. Those who didn't have enough preparation, their oil ran out. Those who are fully prepared had enough to keep them going until the wedding feast or the wedding master arrived. When it is the time when there was a cry at the door, "Hurry up, come and welcome the master." The 5 foolish ones said, "Could you please lend us some of your oil so that we can light our lamps, go and meet the master?" The 5 wise ones responded by saying, "No, we only have enough for us." So when you're preparing or waiting for something, you always need to have enough for you. It's not something that you can share. Just like faith. You can't share faith. Very individual, very personal. Likewise, the passion that you people have for Alaho is the one that you cannot share. With those few remarks, I'm like stepping in for Jennifer Uda, who was supposed to take this role, but she sent her apology because of other unavoidable circumstances that didn't allow her to be with us here today. I would want us to start with official introduction, and before we do that, I would want somebody to lead us through an opening prayer so that we commit the day into the able hands of the Lord, so that we commit the deliberations of today to the able hands of the Lord, so that we commit our plans that we have into the able hands of the Lord. On that note, I want to ask anybody to volunteer to take us through opening prayers.
Today is my Sabbath day.
Before we pray, we need to make a quick decision. Do we now possibly look for others to say or just to say the Spirit?
interaction with them. Okay, it's a challenge to them.
Okay. You're done?
Yes, I'm done.
Happy Sabbath. Thank you so much. We are here gathering as a team of Alaho. And let's go down for a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, God of all mercy, we thank you, Jehovah, for keeping us safe from our places of traveling. We have reached at our place of meeting, O Jehovah. As we start this meeting, may you glorify it. May you enable us to discuss all matters which pertain to the development of this institution called Alaho. Father, we embrace you, we glorify your name. As we go through these documents, Lord, we ask you for patience, we ask you for guidance, we ask you for each and every understanding that we need to understand through the people who are going to take us through this report. Lord, we pray that until that time we shall be through, we shall honor you and glorify your name. In the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, we say amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much, our friend Simon, for committing us into the able hands of our good Lord. As I mentioned before, now we need to run through official introduction. And, this is the format we are going to follow. You say your name, your residence, that is where you stay with your family, and also in the spirit of partnership and networking. You will not harm sharing with us what you do for a living, what else you need to ask. So I begin from my immediate left.
You don't have to do that. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
God is good.
All the time.
We thank God for the beautiful morning. It's nice to meet you guys. I'm Millicent Okoth Adumo. Okoth is my husband's name. I'm Nyakarachwan, but I'm married in Soba, somewhere in Lambu. I'm a teacher by profession. I'm a principal of a high school. What else do you want me to say? Children. I have 3 children. Grown up. They are all in Nairobi. Here we stay, the 2 of us only. Thank you. Kisumu.
You can share with the school that you have to.
Osiri. The secondary school. Yeah.
You might need to admit our children there.
I can never help. If I can. I think I'm done.
It is my turn. Good morning once again. My name is Solomon Odhiambo Ulo. Residing in Mombasa currently, a place called Alidina. And when I was coming, my family say hi to them all. I hope umepokea. Nyumbani, I'm coming from Kabondo. Kasipol Kabondo. Nowadays it is Kabondo Kasipol. It was divided. So Kasipol remained with Kasipol, and remained with Kabondo Kasipol. From a market called Ramba, so near Kandego Primary School. That is my home address. In Mombasa, I'm staying at a place called Alidina Jomvu as the constituency. Now, professional, I'm with clearing and forwarding, working with one of the farms down there, but currently going solo. So if you have anything to clear from Mombasa, get in touch. They are all grown up with a young tender age of grade 5 come this year. kutenda mimba ule unaanza kumtuma when you are old, unaona you are growing old. I think that is all, and this is something nimesahau. That is all. Thank you.
God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
God is good.
My name is Christina Tieno Emondi. I am Manyar Alego. I come from Alego Agudu. I'm married in Homa Bay, Ndiwa. I have 2 kids, 2 daughters. The young one is 2 years old and the eldest is 7 years old. I stay in Nairobi. I'm in Greenspan, Donholm. Oh, what I do? I do business. I sell ladies' hair stuff. Yeah. Somehow. Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you.
You have to get for me a nice one.
Good morning. I am Samuel Otieno from Kanokubura, around Kandoro, but because of water, we currently stay in the settlement scheme, Chemen. Yes. But for me, I stay around Mambule. I currently work in Seme, in a dispensary. It's called Bongo Konyango Dispensary. Yes, I'm into pen, and I do care and treatment for the HIV positive patients. Yes. Yes. I am married. I have a young girl and a young boy. The girl is 6 years old, and the boy is. Thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Good morning. Currently, I'm staying and residing in Nairobi, in Kasarani. I'm married to Lydia Tieno Nyaralego. I have 5 kids. The first one is next stage, she's going in grade junior secondary. Then the second one is a boy, he's in grade 4. The third one are twins. They are going in grade 1. The last one is a boy, he's 3 months old. Yes. Okay, by profession, I'm a civil engineer, but I have a construction firm. So I'm running a construction firm. Anything in construction, you can see me behind the curtain. I'm happy to see you all. I think these people, I already met their home. So it's nice. It's nice to come up together. I think overall,
Good morning. Good morning. So my home is not far away from the highway dhi Nairobi. Koro ka ikawo kanyo to ibedo gi challenge to an gi ng'ato mang'eyo kuonde ka. An immediate member mar former PS Boyinan. Koro ka inarawo ni central nurse to kanyo. Yeah, professionally I'm japuonj. I'm a trained high school teacher. So napuonjo the school for some time. I don't mainstream civil service. So I worked in civil service for the last 16 years as development officer. Then the other officer. So currently I'm based in Sukuka, and office of the center, the third floor. They tell me office no more. And you can't hear. I'm telling you what you feel of me. What you feel of me. Continue. I'm doing it better. Not mine, but because they are within my space, call them mother. So I call them my children. I'm giving them our chair. My children space now operate. And the eldest apparently by next year may graduate from university. The youngest will jump at a school. So they are able to speak and they know their father. So I'm the youngest of Kanyale. But the eldest, so is now an adult like me. Then I also have one majority from one, Ali. And I also have another one who is exiting the secondary school next year. Then go to Boys High School. About that, the Kisumu branch Shirika Sacco delegate. Watching on a brief for some so that we understand what we are and why we have delegate and not physical office for the benefit. But serious members now have been following closely what is going on with the Nairobi and here. And therefore, someone here I'll say that thank you.
My name is Eric Oteke, and we share the same. I don't want to go over and go back to Wajogwe. I know Mwano Magoya. I work in Nairobi in terms of teach at Kenya Wildlife Service, Langata headquarters. Okanas carry the key HR officer. Kwa hivyo ndinge samoro ubude na nikunuanele keti council idwaro ni 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm based in Langata at the headquarters. You just come just say you want Eric. Utanipata. Nairobi anapo moja to aniniatia chia. So far mama chia tulaka chia. Yes, daughter. Yes. But yes, you can indicate to the secretary, but what I could do. Apart from what I prepared, so you won't come in. Thank you.
Hello. Apparently I've interacted with the majority of you people for purposes of official records. Nilungani Peter Agina. Sega bilungani Jakom tokan Jakom. An jakom ma koyolo. Iluongo ni interim chair. An would game kanikwaya kamoro ni Alaho. Gisani to adak Kisumu ka gi family na. An gi mina ot gi nyithindo. Jubli wacho ga ni ka ng'ere to kone ogi kwan kaka nyithindo magin go. Nikech nyithindo te to mag ji te. Lakini since ni un mane uselay the procedure mar wacho ni the number of nyithindo ma unu. Abe dang na wacho. An gi two grown up kids. The last one is in her second year in the university. The first one was at Clare University. So I don't know how to attack. Look. Kalau guru foto ke buana ni. You have to be humorous. Yes. Ma is a day for us to celebrate, to laugh, and to mingle, and to know one another at more detailed level. An kaka jo elose wacho na ng'eyo ofise ok ang'eyo ni kichano siepne kende. Ofise ang'eyo kalore gi gima timo. My training is social science. I work with children. Any matters touching on any life of a child, I'm deeply involved. So I represent children at various capacities and levels. More so, currently I want to say that I'm a member of a board of an organization that is an umbrella of organizations working in Kenya with children. It's called Kenya Alliance and Advancement of Children. So that is an umbrella organization that brings together all other organizations in Kenya that are working with children. So I serve there as a board member. In addition to that, I do other small businesses, just to add an extra coin into my pocket so that I can keep afloat in this kind of economy. I'm trying my hands in little things, ranging from real estate to transport. So those are the things that engages me every day, that gives me the reason to stay in town, otherwise I would have been a village mate. Some of my village mates somewhere. So I think that is enough for now. And now I want to give this opportunity to our online participants who are following us, opportunity also to introduce themselves. Unfortunately, we don't have a projector, so we won't hear their sound. I don't know how we are going to do that.
You can use your phone.
Anybody can set the phone so that we get the voice. Are you able to do that through your laptop? Maybe one person is enough so that we don't get the echo. So do we agree who is doing it?
Let him just do it.
So you put yours off.
So put it.
Yours should be on.
Can reduce the volume.
So by a show of hand or by saying hello, will we know any online participant that will want to introduce him or herself? Tell us where you are, your name, and what you do.
There is a communication from Elizabeth Akeda. One so as in network right. Malaria what anybody take the phone.
Thank you, Elizabeth. By saying hello, do we know any online participant that will want to introduce him or herself? Tell us where you are, your name, and what you do.
No, man, catch guinea chicken.
So we want to give you a few minutes so that you can introduce yourselves. This is a kind gesture that we have extended to all the members of Alaho, all registered members. It was ideally meant for those who have paid for the AGM. This is a kind gesture that we have extended to. Yes, then you put the volume up once we give them time to talk. Yeah? So that we don't get the echo. We all know that AGM is constitutional and every member is required to participate in the AGM. And we are doing this through pooling of resources, as you have been seeing on our wall. And you've known the push and pull we've had, and you've known the challenges the management have had, and you can see for yourselves those who are in the category of the 5 wise girls. We have agreed here, as the nature of our generosity, to share with all of us the link, to demonstrate to you that we still love you, we care for you, and we consider you to be part of us. Otherwise, you will have limited the sharing of this link to only those who paid for the AGM. So if you know you need to pay for the AGM, and you are viewing us or following us live, you should really be grateful to us and appreciate. So I want to sit down and give opportunity to the online participants to introduce themselves, if they are there.
No, I'm one person on Sunday.
We are not even recommend.
Yeah.
See, she can introduce herself. Not Elizabeth.
Anasema net yako iko mbaya.
I can see you.
Hizo.
Our friend, are you using your bundles?
Yes.
How comes they're complaining that the network is still steady? It's steady.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it's from my end.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, we won't wait for long because time is not on our side. I will beg that we proceed, and if there is anybody who is an online participant who want to say something, we should be able to let us know what you want to communicate to us, and we will give you that opportunity. Reverting to the day's program, we have dispensed with a number of items here, including health break, so we won't break again to go and have our refreshments. The next item that we are yet to deal with is the overview of Alaho, which was supposed to be done by the founder and patron of Alaho, who is Wakili Pascal Mark Ojijo Ogilo. I approached him personally. Initially, he confirmed his attendance, and I shared with him the program to see where he would participate in today's activity. But again, in the morning today, he sent a communication to me that he will not be able to be with us due to unforeseen circumstances. So in other words, he passed his apology through me, and I was looking forward to meeting him here. And I want sure all of you who are ready expecting him to be here. Because without him, we would have not been here. Without him, we would have not known Alaho. So that being the case, there are certain things that we cannot force. So he's not here with us. He sent his apology. So it's upon the members to see where to place that his apology. We may ask one of us now take us through the overview of Alaho. Most of us were there at its inception. And all of us cannot talk about one item. So I silently approached Eric to take us through Alaho. That is its initial stages, the journey and the steps that we've made up to where we have reached today, that we are celebrating an AGM stroke first anniversary. Karibu, Eric.
Thank you, Chair. Yeah, it's true, you don't wish to me, but they say that you should always be ready.
Anna, you are always ready.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll just take you through briefly on the journey, how we started the inception up to where we are today. I may not capture everything, but I also believe that we all know some 2-3 aspects of how it began. So to start with, Alaho Group came into being sometime back in 2022 November, and that is when we talk of now starting to bring and to say that we want to register it. But I'm very sure that the idea must have been far much before that. So it is a group that just, the way Chair said, it was pioneered by Mr. Ojijo Pascal, whom actually we can say is like the pioneer of all these things that we are doing here today. And it's so unfortunate that we are not with him here. Otherwise, we accept his apologies for not being with us today. In October 2022, we managed to register the group as required by law, and we have a certificate to that effect with the number 3050/022. That is our certificate number that legalizes us being here today. We also hear certificate number. That is 3050/022. Another thing is that we managed to develop a constitution by then, which was a key requirement when doing a registration. And though the constitution served the purpose by that time, but we realized that we've been going through activities each and every time that has been prompting the need to make some adjustments as we move on. Others have been done through minutes that are minuted for purposes of qualifying them. So all those have also been put together and reviewed in the revised constitution that again we all have to participate in today in terms of now approving it and making it now a legal binding document. And that will say that now we are phasing out the older constitution and we proceed with the revised one. Another activity that is so major that the group took was to join the circle, the Shirika circle. Remember, we were going through various pull and push of how do we safeguard our finances. We didn't want a scenario whereby somebody takes cash and puts it in their pocket. Then tomorrow we start throwing what's left, right, center, that chamo peswa, nanyola likipeswa. So a noble opinion came that we should join a circle so that anything that we contribute in terms of Alaho Group goes to that circle and no one can take it back or can take it out. This one has really helped us and also has instilled some discipline to members and also the confidence that indeed this group does not just swindle people's money. We can track and say that your funds are safe. It is with the Shirika Circle that we joined. This one we joined in August 2022, and again the registration number, in terms of member number now as Alaho, is 010534. That is our Shirika member number, 010534. So, what else have we done as a Alaho group? At some point, we went through some turmoil in terms of understanding each other. Who is who here? Who are the members? How do you define yourself as a member in this group? So we came up again with the formalization of each person's membership. And here we developed a form that was accepted by all as a membership registration form. Was designed capturing particulars of major key particulars of members. We went a step further and made it online so that we could have more people fill it with ease. This helped us so much to weed out those who were just hanging in the group versus those who were serious with the group matters. Right now, as we speak, we'll say we boast of a membership of 76. But remember, initially we were more than 76, we were almost 100 and something. But we narrowed it down to 76. However, we still have members whom we feel, not even whom we feel, whom we see through records that they need either to do something or else, again, a decision will be made here today on the next step on them. So far, there are 17 in number. So if you remove that, you'll find that we can say active members as we speak today are like 59. Another step that we did is that we convinced members and we saw sense in opening a bank account to help us do some transactions, or what we normally call like local running admins of here and there. It is hard at times to run an institution or an organization of such a nature with no funds, or maybe hata kama ni kununua kalamu, stationery or something of the sort. So we managed to do that, and we have an account with Kenya Commercial Bank. The branch is here in Kisumu. This one members can attest to, because all the monies that go to these other activities, like for today, what we are doing here, was channeled to that account and not somebody's pocket. The group also boasts of identifying itself in terms of a logo and an attire. That today we are here as Alaho Group in full kit. You can see the t-shirt, Alaho, and you say Niri Rock Teco. If you've not got one, maybe it's because maybe you've not paid for. It's just 1,200 shillings and you get one. For those who have already paid, your t-shirts are safe and you can just organize on how to pick. Those who wish to pay still, we are saying that we will give out the number where we normally channel the money, that is to Christine. And she's good at securing that money and ensuring that the end result is the nice t-shirt that you will have that fits you well. Today, Chair, from where we've come, we are now seated here to celebrate our first anniversary, as well as to reflect back and ask ourselves, what else can we do better than what we've been doing as we sit for our also first AGM. So, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all today as we celebrate this first anniversary and as we do this AGM today. And I hope that if at all there is any other member out there who has anything to say, you can reach us either through the chat option where you can put your issue, and we will be noting them down, or when we do a resolution that we want members to vote for, please be active and state what you want or how you want it, so that it is documented. I also want to thank the office for bringing in the issue of the online streaming, live streaming, that is reaching out to our brothers and sisters wherever they are, both within and without the country. This is a plus for us as a group. Not saying much, Chair, I would want to stop there and I say thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Let's clap for Eric. Thank you very much, Eric. I did expect that kind of delivery from that kind of a short notice. It's barely 10 minutes ago that I asked him to do that. And you can see what he has done within a period of just 10 minutes. So our confidence in you continues to grow higher and higher. And thank you very much for that. And again, I'm aware, quite cognizant that we have both physical and online attendees. And I'll be having an interlude of engaging with you online, so that you don't say that you're left behind. So if there is an issue from the online participants, please be assertive and let us know what you want us to hear. We continue, and as we continue, I would want us to mend the program a little bit so that we give a chance to Shirika Sacco delegate to also share with us briefly about Shirika, which we are members, and he keeps on telling me that you are one of his active members in Kisumu by a way of our monthly remittance to the Sacco. Karibu sana Joel.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning once again. I want to say that first and foremost, I'm very grateful for this organization for accepting to join our circle, which is one of the national circles in this country. And I want to say that since you joined, you've done so well, because as an entity, you have demonstrated to us the high level commitment, far much better than even those who came earlier than you. I want to say that joining a circle as a group has always been a great challenge for so many people. It's a great challenge even today, because you join as a team, shortly the team breaks, your money goes to suspense account because now nobody knows where and who is supposed to be in charge. Then members lose whatever goal that they have started. But I want to say that so far, so good. And I believe you have been able to access your statement so that you see how you are performing in terms of your monthly contributions to the circle. Our circle accepts both the salaried and the non-salaried, and the group entities like yours here. And that is why when Chair actually visited me, I convinced him and told him that you are going to join a circle where you will not be tracing where the institution is. The institution has been there since 1968 and has continued to grow in leaps and bounds. So it exists. It is an institution where government officers are, even senior government officers are in this circle. I recently realized that we even have some of our current PSS in our midst as our members. So it is not a circle where you think your money will be put there and then it disappears. No. And the good thing is what our secretary has said here, that in the circle is where you know very well that your money will never get lost. Because circles are also insured by other entities. And the best of it is that during the Kibaki term, the law was passed to create a regulator that monitors the activity of every circle and will raise an alarm before any circle collapses. So if a circle like, let me give an example because it is now more than Kimute, if you lived in Kisumu long enough, then you know Kimute. Kimute was a Kisumu municipal teacher circle, and it collapsed sometimes back with a lot of money that were deposited there by teachers. They used to have an office at Safer House. But I want to tell you today that those teachers are getting their money back. Those who are alive and can follow are getting their money. And if you know any member who was in Kimute, just tell them to visit cooperative officers at the 8th floor. They'll be able to be assisted to get back their money. So that is how good government has made circles to operate. For institutions that are starting to grow like these ones of yours, it is safer to put your money where you are guaranteed of something. At the end of the year, I want to assure you that when we will be declaring dividend and interest earned, Alaho will be getting their dividend and interest earned like any. And I will do that before 20th of January. You will know, you can calculate based on what you have, what we have declared to give you as dividend. So your money is growing, not just what you are contributing, but from the business where you put it. Because somebody else is doing business with your money. That money is translated. So it is not just what you have saved there. Your money is growing. Yeah. If we are going to declare, say, 10% as interest, say 10%, and you have 1 million, then you are sure of 100,000 as interest and alongside dividend. Dividend will also be looking at the share contribution, and then you will also earn that. So I want to tell you that come January next year, because we are normally the first circle to declare. In the whole country, we normally declare in January. By 25th, I'll be going for AGM in Nairobi. But before that, I shall have posted the financial statement. Because we have even posted for the third quarter. It's already there. I hope, Peter, you shared with the members.
Yes, I posted it.
Yeah, so that they can see how the circle is performing. You know the financial turmoil that we have currently in Kenya. But that notwithstanding, financial institutions like circles are still doing well because members are still able to put in their little money, unlike commercial banks. You know, commercial banks are dictated by what we call the BRR, the best lending rate, which has actually today, if you have been saving in the bank or borrowing from the bank, then come next year you are going to find it very rough. Those who are in the circles will be enjoying because our interest or loan will remain the same. They are not controlled by the best lending rate set by the central bank. But if the central bank has increased the best lending rate for commercial loans, so you know what commercial loans will be. They'll be like what used to be there during Moi era. And that's where we are headed. Come next year, you will see how equity loan will be charging 20% interest plus. KCB will be charging the same, but SACCOs will remain at 1% per month, which is just 12%, which you can now choose. We have been given options of now saying you can amortize it, or you can go by the reducing balance. But I always tell people that, you know, if you amortize your loan, it's like you're taking a commercial loan. It is cheaper in the short run, but expensive in the long run. That is how expensive amortized loans are. Cheaper in the short run, expensive in the long run. Reducing balance, expensive in the short run, cheaper in the long run. Yeah. And we have all the products. We have what we call the asset financing, which I know was the core business of this SACCO. Alaho core business initially was to do some investment in the long run. Still, I believe that's where you are headed.
Yes.
In the next 2-3 years, because you are growing, in the next 2-3 years, I believe that dream should now start coming clear to those who are in it. Those who are maybe outside will just be watching like they are watching now online, if they are watching. Yeah. You know, some of the things that we start, you have to take a step. And taking a step is always difficult for people. But in the long run, they'll say, oh, we are the people who started, but where are you if you started? I thought you were going to tell us we are benefiting because we started. Yes. We always say that good things happen to those who believe in the beauty of their dream. If you believe in the beauty of your dream, then a good thing will happen to you. But if you don't believe in that, then forget. Forget. It will just be started this, you are waiting for the story of the normal chorus of Ocham. That is what has stagnated us in this region. Because our growth has always been underlined by the statement of Ocham. Everywhere. Oh, these people want to eat. These people want to eat. Who does not want to eat anyway? But people want to eat from their work. Clean eating, eating. Nejo maya luchie. Kia luchie luchie na karo madelo. Mabia loko ya cancer. Mabia luchie. Yeah, mabia luchie. Luchie got a very short lifespan. But jomati mundi kumoko katabao kiti the dala nitiolo tondo kuchimbo ngene kai bao makuri beti tipo. Ogepa mina manopete ba. But the truth of the matter is, some people worked hard to make sure that the shade is there. So that is exactly what you people are doing. One day in the history of this organization, you will be a whole hall. You will even not fit here. But I'm very happy that I'm part of you here, seeing the people who have started. God willing, if we all live together and we all see, we will one day be sitting, acquiring some tomboy to have an AGM. And you'll see how the new ideas have emerged. But they don't know that the Mercedes Benz you are driving, you are very silly. Somebody must have sat somewhere in the name of Peter again, Adu, Eric, Solomon, and the rest, to make sure that it is what they have. But one thing that I'm happy about is that this is an institution that has a vision and a future. And the future is very clear. You bring the statement, you'll see the future. Maybe those who have not seen your statement may not know the future. But those who have seen the statement as it looked like, to me, it has a future that you people should not allow anybody else to destroy. Continue growing it, continue mobilizing more members. Those who are willing will be able to see, they'll be able to continue working. But at the end of the day, the best of it shall emerge. Shortly, maybe I just want to share the third quarter report, only so that come January, I believe I'll get the full financial statement, and that is where you'll be able to know what you are going to earn, so that when you get your statement from what you have put in there as deposit, you can calculate and say this is what we are going to get on top of where our money. So up to where we are, I want to say that in this our financial year, there are key things that grow circles, and one of them is the asset. Where do these assets come from? Asset come from your savings in the form of members' deposit. And I want to say that members' deposit has grown from 3.4, where we are in 2022, that is 3.4 billion, to 4.02 billion. That is where we are in this financial year, last quarter. We have also grown our loan uptake, because that is also where we get our earnings. It has also grown from 2.4 billion to 2.7 billion. So it means that SACCO still has a lot of money at its disposal for people to pay. Billion of dollars here. Total asset has grew from 4.5 billion last year to 5.1 billion, where we are. From 4.5 to 5.1. That is the total asset of the cycle. So I want to say that this is a very good picture. And based on this, it clearly means that we are likely to get a very good percentage when our accounts are audited. Because we normally restrict. You know, there's the SASSA regulation that tell you don't declare more, because if you declare more, it means that you are going to affect what is going to be called the core capital asset. So don't declare more. So they control all that. They control all that. So then, but we have always declared dividend between 15% and 16%. And we have always declared interest between 10 and 13%. So I'm hoping that based on this good picture that we have seen here, we are going to have a very good earning in terms of what we are going to carry home. I also want to say that you can partner with SACCO going forward when your deposits have grown. You can make MOUs with SACCOs. You sit down with them and say, we want you people to help us develop this. We have identified this. They look at your earning, and because you are a member with a larger share contribution, you are likely to have a fair discussion because of what you have in form of stake in the SACCO. And that's why I'm telling you, you are better placed. Those good stories you hear about the Moran Award, those things are done by SACCOs. They are done by SACCOs on background negotiated deals. So that you see some people have put very nice flat somewhere. Then you are told this one is something, maybe I have a women group or something like that. But at the end of the day, you realize that the MOU that they have signed with the institution where they have been saving is what has culminated in that. So I want to believe that our members in this organization that is growing very quickly will also find opportunity to do the same going forward, so that you start investing that money into things that bring bigger return in the long run. So, with those many and few remarks, I want to once again say thank you. I'm grateful for this, and believe that if God gives us more energy, more opportunity come next year. We'll continue serving you, giving you information that is required, sharing ideas across, and finally growing into the real vision that Alaho was embedded and formed of. You'll forgive me because I have two functions running, and one people are really selling me, saying there's a Rusi. I think some of us, we grew up badly. We were in college. How many of you here are still with their friends they were with in college? Yeah,
various institutions.
We were in college somewhere called Ibu campus, sometimes back. We have stuck together like that. One of us has decided to celebrate his marriage. We said, we are there. So they are here at St. Stephen. I think the guy is coming from him.
So just before you go, first of all, I want to thank you very much for accepting to come and share with us, give us more insight about Shirika. Indeed, it is a circle that we didn't know much about until I met you and until you shared that with the members, and members, after some consultations, they agreed to join Shirika. Before I forget, maybe you can share with us again the statements, the one I shared, it was sometimes back, maybe some people must have lost it, so you can share it again. And again, I want to give a few minutes for questions. The members could be having questions, those who are here and those who are joining us, following us online, so that if they have any question, they can direct you and you can respond. And again, as per my program, you're supposed to oversee the elections for today, being our main partner and an interested party. You're the best placed to be our IBC. So I don't know how you're going to balance your day so that you also help us through this exercise. So, but first of all, let us start with the questions. Maybe you can start from members who are here, based on what you have shared and based on anything concerning SACCO, so that when we leave here knowing very well what Shirika is and what to expect in Shirika. So maybe somebody else can now moderate that. It should not be all the time doing everything. Yes. Somebody can moderate that.
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, Mr. I'm just wondering why it has been so difficult to link our circle, to link the Shirika circle with our payments. I think we have followed it up until we have given up. I don't know, maybe you can respond to that. My second question is it possible, I didn't get it so well when you were talking, is it possible, like you said, we need at least around 3 years to start a serious investment, and I agree with you on that. Is it possible for the Shirika circle to construct for us something, and then we pay in installment form? And how expensive is that? Thank you.
Well, thank you. For the first question on linking of your treasury with Shirika, I want to say that we have had a lot of ups and downs with our ICT system. Yeah, and that has even given us, those who are using the platform of star 645, a lot of challenge. Initially, we were on star 845. We had to migrate from 845 to star 645. Those who are using that platform. the individuals who are saving with the SACCO and earning their salaries through the SACCO. That is how the ICT system operates. You don't need to go to the bank. You just get your salary on the M-Pesa using that *645 once you are registered with it. So what happens is that this system has been operating on individual. Now, for SACCO, you have 3 officials. And you know, the 3 officials are not members of Shirika. You get that? The person who is a member of Shirika here is called Alaho. Not Millicent Dadu, not Peter Gina, not Eric, and so on. Now, to bring this platform to accommodate these 3 persons has been the challenge. But there's something that was given to you before. Did you feel it?
Yes.
So that you are
when we attended that function there.
Yes.
Eric also failed the same in Nairobi.
You went to the office and filled the same, huh?
Yeah. And they acknowledged receipt.
And they acknowledged receipt. You should have told me when you fill that, so that I get it, the same copy, and make sure that I follow the same. Because they told me that they were working what we call an ICT interface, so that they accommodate the corporate entities. They've been working with individual entities, and they have never envisioned a situation what we don't have. So there, yes, but don't go there with 1 million. It will take long for members to start benefiting. Like there are good opportunities coming up, this housing thing. You know, as much as we look at it from the bad side, there are also some good side of those bad sides. These houses, once they are complete, people will buy them. You can buy them as a corporate. And that is where you can quickly get money from the what? The SACCO. And you buy these units. That's an opportunity that is just coming around here. Before we look at any other thing, before you even think of any of it, you can buy as several units as you can. Using that money from the SACCO. The SACCO will buy for you. It is in your name with them. But once the profit has started flowing back, you pay the SACCO, the units remain yours. Members can even decide to distribute among themselves, so that kila mtu ako na nyumba yake. Because these are already built houses. So let us start thinking about what we call the low-lying fruits, because they exist with us. But don't go there with small money. It will take long for you to benefit. Go there with something at least appropriate enough to give you your profit quickly. That's what I'm saying. Any other? Yes.
About the dividends.
Yes.
Let's say we as Alaho, we get the 100,000.
Right.
Where does it go? Does it go to our account, or can it be put back into our savings in Shirika?
All these entities in the Shirika have accounts. They have accounts, all of them. Even Alaho has account, just like Ugumu has account there. And Alaho has 3 accounts. Just like Ugumu also has 3 accounts. It is you to activate whichever account you want to operate. Account number 1, we call it personal. Number 2, we call it withdrawable. Number 3, we call it FOSA. At any one time, there's only one account where you have the freedom. That is personal account. That is where you can easily get in and get out. You can easily withdraw money there. Monies that are in FOSA are non-withdrawable. You can never withdraw them. Monies that are in withdrawable savings, we call it WSS, withdrawable savings account. Those ones you cannot withdraw. You can only transfer them to personal account. Like WSS, you can transfer to personal account and then you withdraw it. FOSA, you cannot even transfer to personal account. And that is where your money is, the one you're giving every month. it goes to force account. I know Alaho does not have WSS. Because Alaho operates as a corporate, so it cannot have WSS. Is Okumu here who feels that I want to put some 500 there. The next day I'm broke, I'm removing my 500 there. So it is just where you put in money and withdraw. Even now as we speak, there's a product there. We call it vocation. People are already enjoying that vocation. That vocation is a product that we give every December because already we had closed the financial year in November. Any money that was saved in this bank will earn interest for this financial year, which has started 2024. Everything that was done in 2023 started in December 2022. So what is happening now is that our books have gone to the audit. They are being audited. Financial statement will be prepared and will be posted. So those who earned interest last year are now taking 50%. They are allowed to take up to 50% of what they got last year. You just get it from your phone, that platform of *645. Hata mimi nilitaka saa hii nafanya tu. But because I know the damages has already done in my life, I don't. I will just eat my maji and wait for the real money to come because watoto wanaenda shuleni January. And January hiyo ikiingia, watakuwa. That money will be put in that account called FOSA. So that if you have saved 1 million, then by February, it will not be 1 million. Even if nobody has deposited, it will be 1.1 million. So it will continue growing like that. You will just see your statement is bigger like that. And maybe you may wonder, where is this 100? It is your earning. 1 million plus 100,000 plus another interest, because I know interest is also accumulating there based on the dividend that will be declared. You pay it and then you just have your money growing like that as long as you are there. The other thing that maybe I need to explain is that normally people wonder when they want to leave the circles. Whenever you leave circle, there's one money that you cannot carry easily. It will remain in that circle. And that is called shares. Shares are only transferable. So if you want that money, you will only fill in share transfer forms. It is advertised there on the page that we have this number of shares we are selling. If yours is bought, then you will get your money. But that share will be transferred to whoever has bought it. That is what is there. That is why even if somebody dies, if maybe an individual is a member of the circle, they'll get their deposits back. Like this year, I've given around 3 members who passed on here. I think one was coming from Mumbai, the other one was a Kisi guy who was killed here, and the other one was NCI. We have given their families their deposits. So it is now up to their families to tell me that they want the shares. If they don't want those things, we'll keep on building more money there. But at some point, because you know you must write the next of kin these things. At some point, the next of kin will be conducted that we have this amount of money. If you are there, please confirm so that you tell us where you want this money to be. So that's all, unless there is more. Yes, sir.
My question goes to a point where you said Alaho should have an MOU with other circles. We being with you as Shirika, and here comes a case where you want us to have another MOU.
Yeah.
I did get it.
You didn't get that?
Yes.
I didn't say with other circles. What I say, now I'm only referring to where you are, the motherboard. I cannot tell you that now go and MOU with the Mwalimu.
We are going
No,
in trouble.
the MOU I'm referring to here is that you have identified what you want to do. Still, assume today you want to buy maybe 30 units from Matasembo housing project. Huh? You have identified that. You have agreed with the sellers. Huh? You have sorted out everything. You have been given documentation. But now, the final bit, which is the financing. That's where you run to your mother. We have identified this. We have done all the documentation. Here they are. Can you buy for us this? That's the MOU you are going to sign on.
Yes.
Yes. So that you own. When you come back here, you are going to own the house. Under Shiri Kasa. So I think that is now answered. Yes. Any other? Yes.
I don't know this personal. You were once our member.
I'm still a member. I have not moved. I have not moved out.
I don't know what happened.
I've not moved out. It's only that, we handle so many things, my friend, that at times you find now finances becomes limited. Now where do you distribute? You prioritize. Because ile unajua hiyo inaingia hapa, unajua you're supposed to contribute. I'm still a member. And you don't know whether I'll come 2024 with a bang. You don't know. I'm a member. In fact, I'm a member. See, I registered. The only thing that maybe I'll follow up again is the number was given.
But you don't join online?
There are reasons why I don't join. There's something I didn't tell you. I do some consultancy work, and I don't mix this thing with government work. I do them on weekends. And that's why at times when you have meeting, I have other things running. But I normally join. How comes I know what is going on? I'm a member. I'm a member. In fact, I've really struggled to make sure that come next year, I should make all my payments and I don't, so that things run smoothly.
Yeah, I get his concern because they have been pushing me under the current.
Oh,
that is through Joel that convinced us to join Shirika. When we joined two, it disappeared.
No, Joel is there.
For us,
Shirika is there. Your money is safe. Joel is also safe. And I'm fully here. That's why I came. Otherwise, if I would have been some chorus here, I would have just appeared. Yeah, because this thing, when you people started, there were so many wakora on the paper. Let me say that. I'm a realist. There were so many wakoras. Yeah, you don't know where money is going. We have lost monies across in so many things. Gijo Luoa, Bende Makwalanja, Makwalanja Luna. So you see, what we are saying is that the way you people are going is good. Peter, I've been very much close with him. And that's why you people should not be worried that, we took you there and left. We took you to an entity that exists. In Kisumu here, I'm still the branch delegate up to 2027. We just did election last year. Maybe people, Peter never told me. We normally do elections every 3 years. So the members, the over 200 members here, gave me mandate to continue until 2027. So if you figure 2027, because I will not be leaving SACCO that time, I'm still in the SACCO until after my death. When I die, I will tell my children that there was some SACCO I was part of. Please continue. So we are in it for our children and generation and generation. Sasa, yes. The confidence I want to tell you is that you are in a circle where your savings will always be assured and your earnings will always be assured. We don't declare 0.1 or 0.2. We declare money that can help people. Sasa. In future, Peter, in future, because I know people will maybe want school fee and so on and so forth, those kind of things. Once things have worked well, you can always be getting all those monies from the SACCO because those products of school fees are there. They just give you any other thing. But more important, the investment you are talking about. I'm told that investment can quickly come. If you have a land somewhere, well and good. Get the title deed on that land. That title deed is the first statutory document that will put you there. If you want to buy this Makasebo, I know there will be more other housing projects going on beyond this. Huh? If this one misses you, you can focus on this one coming, which is going to come at, I don't know, Odiek. I know Odiek is also shortly coming up. And any other. So that we own our things. We don't allow people to come from where to come and go. So, thank you.
You are going to have your AGM next year.
Yes.
How is Alaho coming in here? Will they get an invite as member? Or
thank you. Normally, when we have what we call the ADM, we call it the ADM. As the name suggests, it is annual delegates meeting, which only brings around 200 members. Those are delegates. Like for Kisumu, it's only Okumu here who will be seen there. And our cooperative officer here, who is assisting me, Madam Lena. So from Kisumu, we are only two. Siaya, I think they are also two. You will go to Homa Bay, there are two. They were not later and all that. But we are there up to Northeastern Province. They'll also be bringing their delegates. We normally converge in Nairobi. Nobody will stop you from attending. If you are within Nairobi, because I will tell you, come and see what is going on there. Nobody will stop you. You will attend and see and say, so this is what normally takes place. We normally converge at Museum Hill. Okay. So when that time comes and finds any of us in Nairobi, please, I'll always alert you people so that you come and observe. Huh? Because I know the only thing you may not participate in is elections. And we normally do elections. Like we are going to elect new office. Our current chair is a lecturer at Cooperative University. And you also remember Cooperative University is also our partner. So we have strong partners. One, Cooperative University. Two, Cooperative Bank. And this thing was started at Cooperative University when it used to be Cooperative College. Remember, that is where the Shirikas are hosted. So that is why it has a lot of bearing in the Cooperative University. Thank you.
Okay. I want to really thank you very much. You've exhausted all the questions.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do about this election?
I do know, because I had asked you something about the quorum. Huh? And bearing in mind that today, as it is, can we postpone election or lazim? Because of the quorum. I'm fearing the quorum. Huh? You know, people may not tell you
present
something.
with apology. I think we had a list of
present with apology, absent with apology is just present.
Yeah, we have so many who sent their
Apology, yeah.
Yes, so many.
Almost 20, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Because I can spare, because we are at 12, I can spare some time. We go ahead and ratify that, so that we don't now again postpone things.
So we can rush over these things very fast, so that you also align to your program.
Yeah, because the only challenge I have, these guys have decided to send money in my person here. And these people are going to combine that also. So
you can be with us at what time? It is almost 20 past midday. Yes, so you can be with us up to how long, so that you can see how to pre-adjust our program.
I can be here up to around 12.
30. Less than 30, 10 minutes, yes.
What if we can skip some of these and
or we just do the election?
And do the election.
Proceed with the rest of the
I
Yeah, that's
Yes.
why I'm asking what we can do to amend this. It's
Yeah.
not cast in stone, this is just a guiding document. So if you all agree that we need to amend it to favor his program, then that is okay with me.
In fact, in future, let me just advise you.
Yeah.
In future, once the report has been read, this is just for the benefit of future. Once the report has been read by the sitting officer, you do an election to usher in the new office. Then you proceed with the program.
Oh.
Yeah, in future.
So in other words, I have not read my report.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
So that means from now I can do my report.
Correct.
Then after that, as I read the report, then you can prepare. But we must also agree on the principalities of conducting elections.
Correct.
Those who are eligible,
And those one.
those who are not eligible, and what are the threshold for those who are eligible.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that one, you will also see, you have the election regulation.
We do have,
Is it
in
here?
the constitution.
So in future,
Yes.
again, before we have an AGM, you prepare the election regulation and what is required of a person who is interested in any position. So that they declare their interest at that time, not now. They declare their interest even 3 months before the AGM.
They can start campaigning.
Correct. You set that, so that it comes out clear, not just an afterthought, then you elect a wrong person. That's what I'm trying to say. Because if you make it an afterthought here, that now we are open here for election, you will elect a wrong person. Give them 3 months or 2 months. These are the election regulations. If you have interest, apply to our secretary, blah, blah, blah. Or we have an election committee. We should also say there should be an election committee. We have an observer like that. They will apply so that things are done in an orderly way.
Thank you. Having said that, I want to say that we have agreed that we are adjusting our program and going by what we are talking about, that's the election at hand. He needs to prepare the ballots and we have to agree on the system. And the simplest one will be somebody to nominate. We create the positions, isn't it, Terry? Yes. We declare those positions that are up for grabs. Then somebody to propose. We give, first of all, after declaring the positions, we give the guidelines. Those who are eligible, those who can be elected. Then somebody proposes, seconded, and then elected. So maybe you can give us the positions that are supposed to be filled, because we are aware that the current office is working on an interim basis. On interim basis. I know the position of the chair, deputy chair, secretary, treasurer, and maybe organizing secretary or something like that. Kwako, Eric.
So report yako tukundu kidogo.
He is preparing that. When I come back, after he has given us the guidelines, I do report, then we embark on election.
Before Eric invites us and Mr. Here, those deadlines will be
For elections.
for the others who are eligible, so that you give us a brief.
I don't have them here now, but that's why I was saying, in future, these things are prepared beforehand.
Yeah.
Members are briefed, so that when you come here, you exactly know what you are doing. Yeah,
Because somebody can even be interested and it's not in this meeting.
that's the thing.
Yeah.
So that even the positions that are going to be declared are known.
Yeah.
So that what unafika hapa is when you don't even know what is which position is going to be declared. So that when we are here, like we say we have 3 candidates for the chair, we have 2 candidates for secretary general, organizing, treasurer, like that. Right? If there's none, you confirm those who are in the office and then move on.
Anyway, I'm not chairing. Just come. The chair didn't delegate the post.
Sorry?
You didn't delegate anybody. You were chair post when you were
It
leaving.
was holding the brief.
I handed over to Eric to guide us on the steps of election. So,
I have a suggestion. I don't know, wacha nipewe ruhusa na chairman mwenyewe. So that's
Okay, thank you, members. I will request that we all go to the constitution that we have. We all go to the constitution, and the members who are following online, if you have your constitution, go to page 9. We had shared the constitution earlier. Page 9, section 7.7 is on election. Sorry, 7.6 is on voting. Then 7.7 is on election. I'll just go straight to the election and read as it is. I'll try to be quick. 1. Election shall be carried out during annual general meetings unless otherwise determined. 2. Nominations duly seconded and accepted by the candidate shall be submitted to the secretary 14 days before the election. And 3. Outgoing officials shall be eligible for re-election unless otherwise. Then all nominations shall be published by the secretary 7 days before election. Then, save as otherwise stated in Article 3, subsection 2C, members unable to attend shall be entitled to send postal or electronic vote to reach the secretary at least 2 days before the annual general meeting. Then, the meeting shall elect from among itself a returning officer who will not be eligible to contest in any office to supervise the election. Then voting shall be by secret ballot. Then winning shall be by a simple majority of the proxy, and those present and eligible to vote. Any elected official may be removed by a vote of no confidence carried by 2/3 at any appropriately constituted general meeting. Then I'll take you back to section 6, that is page 6, on duties and responsibilities of the executive committee. I will not read through all that, but I just want to point out that the office or the positions that we are declaring today, we have 6 positions. The 6th one we will have to agree in this AGM to be incorporated. The first one is the chairperson. Then we have the vice chairperson as number 2. Then the secretary number 3. Treasurer number 4. Then number 5 that we are saying we want to add is the organizing secretary. We will skip the part for the patron as at now, and that one will be dealt with later on. So, having read what the election is all about and having informed you the various offices that are to be contested, I think Chair will have now to agree and ask if there is anybody, first of all, who can lead us in terms of the returning officer, and that person, remember, he or she will not vote. So that now we can proceed and finalize on this.
I'd requested Joel
to stand in for
yes,
that. So that will be sorted, number 1. Then number 2, we will also have to agree if at all there is any other person who is contesting, who is contesting for any position to declare. Those who are away, you can just chat on the box. We will get it and we will consider that. If you are interested, please declare for any position. We have the chairperson, vice chair, secretary, treasurer, and organizing secretary. Again, for those who are currently serving, if at all you feel you want to, those who are currently serving as on interim basis, if you feel you want to drop, then again, please say so that we also consider that, because it can either be a situation whereby we will have to agree as in this AGM, do we vote, or again, the current interim can still also be just confirmed in now full capacity. But now with an addition of one person whom was saying the organizing secretary. So I open up for some few reactions.
Chair,
Yes.
just what I've also realized that we need to incorporate among the seats to be worked on. This vice secretary, is it possible we have one? Because sometimes you find the secretary is not there, and we really suffer because the secretary is not there. Maybe when she will or he will not be around, they can discuss among themselves and say, I will not be there, can you vice take over? So as we incorporate the organizing secretary, we include the position of the vice secretary. No.
I also feel like the vice chair. Sometimes we had issues, sometimes as even leading them. So I'm saying all the posts needs a vice, even the chair. Sometimes we've had issues where there's nobody to chair a meeting. So even the vice chairs, we need one. Remember Joyce was the vice chair, but at one time she had requested that she drops that post. But we insisted she holds on until this election.
So what you are saying are different. What you are saying is a new position that
A
we
new
didn't
position
create.
is not here.
So with the hash is talking of electing somebody in the position of a vice chair to replace Joyce. Yeah, but I got it like that. You have something to say, Christian?
Already we had a vice. The
Vice,
position was there.
vice chair.
It's only that
Secretary. Vice.
In fact, we elected
chair.
one.
We elected one.
Vice chair.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is not a new position in this
No,
That's not a new position.
So a new position is the vice secretary
Yes.
and the organizing secretary.
Yes. Two new positions.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Based on what our secretary has said, I've realized that there is need for election regulation to be extracted from the Constitution so that all members are aware of it from time to time, so that by the time we are having elections, people knows exactly what to do. I hope you remember when I was telling you that somebody was all of a sudden saying that he has not been informed, or maybe a delegate is keeping some information away from the members, like you have mentioned here, 14 days before, 7 days before. We need an election regulation to be extracted so that it is on its own. It's a very important city document that support the running of this organization. So that in future, we don't come here is when we start setting rules. Those rules have been set. We only conduct ourselves, we know, are we going to vote physically Are we going to vote? Are we accepting online voting? Those kind of things. I believe members will look at that going forward. The other thing, the issue of secretary, and then we also have deputy secretary, and we also have organizing. I don't know, for a small organization like this, I would rather we have secretary and deputy, and for the time being, all organizing. For a small organization like this, but going forward, maybe we consider that in future. Because you will realize that if you are not careful, organizing may just find himself performing himself or herself performing the functions of the secretary. And the deputy secretary, if there, may as well find himself or herself without any appeal. And then in one meeting, you realize how the three people are blaming one another. I've seen such things elsewhere. That's why I was saying that.
Members, you are hearing the trajectory that is emerging, that is saying that he has tail on the baby steps, and we just need to have a deputy secretary so that we create a strong secretariat and shelf for the time being the position of organizing secretary. Are we in agreement of that, or what is the opinion of others contrary to what is being suggested?
Chair, okay, on that, I think he is right. This secretary, vice secretary can also act as the organizing for the time. Yes. So he can be the deputy secretary and holds the office for the organizing for the time being as we grow.
So for that matter, why don't we call it organizing secretary? So we do away with vice secretary.
But they perform different roles. Their roles are quite distinct. If we say organizing secretary, that means the person cannot stand in for the secretary in the absence of the secretary, because their roles are quite different.
And when we do not have organizing secretary, then secretary can fall in to
Secretary,
act.
yeah, the secretary can perform the duties of organizing the secretary. Yes.
I have a question, maybe all members. Which number do we require so that we can have a deputy secretary and an organizing secretary? Number of members do we require?
It's not stated. You're talking of quorum or what?
No, when we are talking about that the group is small, maybe we have not attained a certain number of members. Maybe if you attain that number, it's when we require the organizing secretary. So my question is, which number do we are looking for, so that we qualify to have an organizing secretary?
To me, it's not the number. It's the portfolio. Yeah, because as we have now, beyond the contribution that we are making monthly and the meeting that we have, orders are needed. But at some point you realize that you started now doing the core business. You have some housing project running, you have other activities also running. Now you need somebody to come and start this thinking of.
Okay, we need to have some activities going on so that we have.
Yeah, what we are saying is that you realize that one person is here.
Yeah, thank you.
So, with all those deliberations, do we adopt the position of a secretary, organizing secretary, or we shall wait for the timing?
We need a deputy secretary.
Just a deputy secretary.
Yeah, we wait for the time for organizing secretary.
So, IEBC, are you now equipped enough to conduct the elections?
Yeah, we are ready.
Ready?
Very invest meeting, we need to organize yourself. All the issues that we have for consideration, chairperson, vice chairperson, secretary and deputy, and the treasurer, right? Because we have said that apart from the movement for organizing the activity that way down, right? So that means that we are only considering 4 for today, but we have also agreed in principle that the vice secretary will be supporting in coordinating, organizing secretary activity, so that when time comes, we will now substantively give that person. So that's where we are. What more are we using?
I just want to make it clear.
Yes.
You're saying it, there are 4.
Yeah, for today we have
Fine.
chairperson, vice chairperson,
Yes.
secretary,
Yes.
general, and vice secretary general. Those are 4. Then treasurer 5. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
There's some hands up.
Yeah.
Start with you.
Who's the first one?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, together with our colleagues at large. To me, for us to be a bit faster,
Where is this guy? Is it taking a
They're on
Yeah,
online.
it's going on.
Yes,
I don't see.
the line is on.
okay, to deliberate on what we have front and with due diligence, without wasting a lot of time for our colleague, my suggestion is, why don't we, that is my proposal. We have been having our team, the chairman, the treasurer, the secretary, at their preliminary places. I've seen the work they have done is wonderful work, even though they were so-called but seemingly we have realized they have done it. I wish to give them a minute, propel this to another level as we make this office to come a bit stronger. That is what I have on my proposal. Thank you.
I think that now you should now be moderating this. Now you should take out of this.
Solomon,
Yes.
are you Solomon? I'm asking, I'm calling Solomon. Solomon, your suggestion is same as mine. Ukanieni proper giro pitalre. Okay, for me, as a person, unless the so-called chairman, treasurer, and secretary, unless they are not willing, but as for me, I would wish to give them time. You know, they have started this thing, at least to give them enough time and put them officially. Nyenkin kojolo, tibro tiyo kaka kojolo. To kaka kojolo ni tayari senyi so wani nyalutiyo. Ango miyo kikuwa mi time kuri ti kaka na manigo te kumar teach. So my suggestion is we elect deputy chairman and deputy secretary, but the remaining 3 positions, we leave them as they are.
Thank you. I want to say this so that we don't waste time. I just wanted to bring the names so that what is in your opinion is considered. And I'm starting with the person of chair. How many do we have for the person of chair, apart from the current holder, Peter again? Do you have any other?
In any election, because we are doing election, there must be proposal and second.
You have to know who is contesting first before you propose.
Yes.
Yeah, who is contesting?
Now, just bring it up.
Yeah. So now, do you have any other apart from Peter again?
Can you ask the online?
Do we have, if there's any other, then they bring the name forward so that.
Yeah,
You posted on the group or on the live stream?
Yeah, I asked them, those who are interested, but nobody.
Elizabeth is concurring with Solomon.
No, so far they're saying they concur with Solomon's idea. They think
Yes. Now, because we don't have any other contestant for the position of chairperson, now who is proposing the chair? Proposer? Solomon. Solomon, your name? Solomon Olo. Solomon Olo is the proposer and the seconder. So the members have it.
So I go out.
You are done.
You go.
You are done. It is done. Don't go out. Don't go out. You are our chairman. That is how. And members
you can remove us out, you cannot go out.
Number 2, vice chairperson. Vice chairperson.
I propose Solomon.
Vice chairperson, Solomon, Solomon Olo. Any other vice chairperson? Any other? If there's no other, then proposer. You are the proposers here. Understand? Seconder?
Christine.
Christine.
Is that you?
Christine. And I think that is that. Solomon is the vice chairperson. The third position is secretary general. Secretary. Oh, just secretary. No, secretary. 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 Candidate.
I propose Eric.
Eric who?
Eric.
Eric Ochai. Proposed by Christine. Seconder?
I will second.
Seconder. Your name?
Samuel.
Samuel.
Yes.
Samuel, seconder. Any other? If there's none, consider. If there's none, consider. Vice Secretary. Vice Secretary. Position. Vice Secretary. You can even check online. Vice Secretary. Somebody else propose?
Yeah, there's someone who Elizabeth is proposing Christine.
Christine as the vice secretary.
This is only.
And I will second that. Because I wanted to propose that.
That is good,
Christine Omodi proposed by?
Elizabeth again.
Elizabeth again.
Proposed by Elizabeth again. Okay, second one?
Samuel.
Samuel. Samuel who?
Otieno.
Samuel Otieno. That is sorted. Next position is a treasurer.
Can we have somebody taking the position?
Treasurer?
I'm proposing Millicent
Yeah.
Millicent
Can
Andrew.
somebody take that post there?
Millicent Treasurer Millicent Andrew.
I would give it to somebody.
Nobody is interested.
Seconder?
Who is seconding me?
Seconder? Seconder? Solomon. Solomon. Sorted. The last, do you have any other question? No. I think that one in our consideration is sorted. Now we have our substantive chair as Peter Gina. Mr. Peter Gina is now substantive.
Congratulations.
As the
Even
chair.
before I read my
speech.
Vice Chairperson Solomon Olo. Secretary Eric Oteke, Substantive Director. Vice Secretary Christine Omondi, Substantive Director. Treasurer Millicent Adori. ADU. Now, I think in the interest of the organization, it is always good to have institutional memory, which you people have considered, so that you don't create a gap by bringing in new people who may have not known. And at the inception stages of this organization, it's also good that you have considered that. And therefore, I officially hand over to the elected office to continue and wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's have ask congratulations, Christine. Christine, you have
She's following King, yeah?
So who was the man for this juncture?
The chairman.
It now comes back to you.
Still waiting for the direction of the new office.
Yeah, because you have now been substantively elected. You can maybe make a maiden speech. You make a maiden speech and then you continue the rest of the program.
In fact, you have not to have sat there when you were doing election. There's a mistake.
No, next time.
I asked myself if I could go out. Akaniambia the guy
was not going out. For today,
Next time we'll go out.
next time. For that, give you opportunity.
Anyway, I want to take the opportunity to thank you members for having confidence in us. We started in a very humble way. When things were clear, there were no systems, there was no constitution, there was no nothing, but just the will that was there. And the will all along been powered by the resilience of all of us. And I want to also thank the entire team that were there before, that made this thing to be where it is today. I ought to have read my speech as the Nyakoma Kojo. I don't know whether it is still relevant to read it or not.
Yes, let's read it.
With your permission,
I suggest this chair, just read your minutes, your speech. But now, when the secretary is doing the minutes, your speech will come out. You know, we did the election early because he wanted
Yeah.
to leave.
and I think it will be nice for the newly elected office bearers to come this side.
Church here, we are
Please.
almost there.
Eh?
We are here.
So that's not seen that it is a one-man.
We are here. In fact,
Just adjust your seats. Just adjust your seats. As a matter of protocol.
Chair, you come here. The vice chair. From me and Nicola. Christine,
Another chair can still come here. You move so that Christine gets a space there. No, you sit somewhere here.
No, she's right. She's sitting this side.
Oh.
This is that.
It's your chair, we should be there.
So me
Miss Tom.
Yeah, you are part of the office now. Now for sure. Thank you very much for accepting to do that. I ought to have read this before embarking on election, but we understand what transpired that culminated into what is now taking place currently. As an interim chair of Alaho, I had prepared a small speech to deliver today, and allow me to read it as such. Ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Our online participants, it may not be afternoon now, some of you, because of the different time zones, it is still morning, some it is still night. So, hello. We are gathered here today to celebrate 1 year since we started this journey, when like-minded individuals came together under the patronage of our founder, Mr. Pascal Mark Ojijo, with whom we had a common vision of owning a property in major centers in Kenya. We are here to celebrate our unity in diversity. We are proud members of a unique entity where members unanimously committed to pursue a common dream, despite the fact that we had not known one another, leave alone seeing one another. And for this, we need to clap for ourselves for such great trust amongst ourselves. Indeed, we are physically meeting for the first time today since Alaho House initiative was born. We owe our gratitude to the modern information technology, which has greatly facilitated the harnessed our operations seamlessly and remotely. On the same platform, we are able to constitute an interim office, the secretariat that would foresee formalization and registration process from the very first step up to the level we have reached today through virtual meetings and other forms of online communications. We had our fair share of challenges in the process of development, mainly at the norming and storming stages, due to the fact that all the concerned individuals, that was potential members, were strangers to one another and are scattered across the globe. Our current membership stands at about 80. We need to put an overdrive gear in recruitment of new members and reach a target of 1,000 members by the end of next year, 2024, with a total of share contribution of over 100 million over the same period. Members, I want to believe this is achievable. In a matter of few months, through dedication and resilience of the interim executive team, legal processes were complete, i.e. formation of draft constitution and registration. Therefore, that means that Alaho is a legal entity recognized by the government of Kenya. As we are all aware that a constitution is a progressive document, over the past few months, we engaged legal minds to help us look through it critically, and as a result, our current constitution has been undergoing through review processes with all stakeholders involved. Today, I'm grateful to announce to you that we are going to launch our new constitution in just a few minutes from now. As I have stated there earlier, that Alaho has been under the leadership of interim officials. Today, the members shall have the opportunity, or the members have had already the opportunity, to elect their preferred office bearers as required by law through a democratic process that has been presided over by a competent authority. And here the competent authority is the representative from Shirika Sacco. I want to urge the office now that has been elected to remain committed to the service of the members by giving priority to the interest of the group by putting their self-interest aside. I want again to congratulate the interim officials for their selflessness in serving Alaho members, cognizant to the fact that they steered the group with just semi-structural governing policies. With near zero resources, yet they still managed to deliver. Did they deliver or they did not? Going forward, I will want to urge the members to consider approving some operational costs as well as honorariums where and when necessary. This will in turn motivate the concerned individuals, thus improve service delivery. As I conclude my speech, to recognize and appreciate our partners, collaborators, and all stakeholders whom we have journeyed with together for the past 1 year or so. Kindly feel appreciated. Thank you very much. I may want to add 1 or 2 more points in addition to what I have read about the points that I read on the last page about honorariums and some stipends. Time is hard for everybody, and the economy is hard for everybody. And any moment that you have any coin, you want to direct it into the intended purpose. And the first priority is, of course, your family. You won't agree, and you'll agree with me, that there are a lot of running around in terms of management that is being incurred by those who are in the office, and that it's going to be incurred by those who will be in the office. There are costs that sometimes cannot be equated with monetary value. And there are some that can be directly linked with the monetary value. Like when I move from where I stay or where I work to this place to come and do Alaho. Alaho should facilitate that because it is Alaho activity, it is not my activity. When I move from where I work or where I stay to either go to the bank or go to any office, that one should be facilitated by the members because it is a member's activity. And if it is not done, members will complain and things will not move. It is something that I may not stress so much now, but it is a food for thought for members to see how best they can appreciate such kind of gestures in terms of the resources, and resources here also mean time. Like the other time when we went to withdraw money for this activity, you were in the bank for more than 4 hours, back and forth, and making calls. No calls are expensive. If Millicent was supposed to do something for that 4 hours, if it was supposed on economic, she would have made some money or have made some money. And in addition to that, she uses her own money to load airtime to call. Same as Eric, same as myself. In the spirit of voluntarism. As much as we want to volunteer, we need also to consider such expenses and costs. Otherwise, I want to thank you very much. Delving a bit into the new office that we just have confidence and elected me now officially, I want to thank you very much. You've seen what I'm capable of doing when I was not fully in the office. Now I'll try my best to pull up my socks so that I serve you in the best way forward. I may have my limitations as a human being, and I think they're not so much, and they're bearable. So as we start the new office, we request for your prayers, and we request for your maximum support. And as I said in my speech, all of us need to embark on a recruitment exercise, and we need to come up with ways of recruiting new members. Economy is tough, and this tough economy, we had seen it, and that is the very reason why we started this Alaho, isn't it? We had foreseen all this. We knew we were left on our own, so we needed to come together to make a formidable force so that we come out strong. Let us not allow this economy to pull us down. Let us play our league above it. With those few remarks, I want to say thank you, and may God continue to bless all of us as we continue deliberating with the rest of the issues for the day. Thank you very much.
Chair, allow me to now exit so that I also catch up with the rest.
As you said, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the excellence that you've done. You still catch up. Share.
Members,
my team, I don't want to limit you. If there is anybody who wants to say something, this is the time. And I start from, again, my team left. Just say a word, because you have been now fully elected in the office.
Good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
I just want to take this opportunity to appreciate your trust in me in particular. Though I would have wished to step down, but since you have insisted, I'll do it wholeheartedly. I wanted to step down due to work commitment, but I'll still create time for you because I too have this Alaho at heart. And I know, just like Okumua said, we'll go places. And some people in future will be very jealous with what we are doing. Let us continue. Let us not give up, even if we feel some might not have attended, but I know they're with us, and we'll do mighty things. God bless
you. Next, to my far end, I've been holding brief for the chair.
Now you are a vice, so you sit there properly.
I'll greet you again. Good afternoon, all of you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm elected as a vice secretary, even though I didn't want the position because I know how demanding, how I need to be there all the time, especially when my boss is not around. But then again, since Millicent has just said we have Alaho in our hearts, we will try and do our best. So we just need grace from God and your prayers. Thank you very much.
Secretary.
Once again, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mimi nimshukuru for the opportunity, and we promise that we will do our best to go to a step further from where we are. I really don't have much to say, but just to thank the team for the confidence that they bestowed to us, and that we will not let you down. Thank you.
It is now finally at my desk. Ladies and gentlemen, as I stand here, I'm really humbled and agree to take this opportunity to accept this election as the vice chairman. More so, the appreciation goes to our colleagues who have been streamlining this Alaho in a basis where it has reached us this far. There's a saying which says good things happen to the people who believe on their dream. This dream started from a step. Every step or thousands miles starts with a step. The step in which we started Alaho has reached us so far this end. And still, now that we have met as a team since we started, and we have now put the face to the names which we have been seeing on the system. I have a great expectation as a member and as the vice chairman who has just been elected today. I wish you to give us a backing that we deserve to propel this, our organization, to a level which everybody will be envious for it. This is a step which we have started, and we look ahead. In the next 1 year, it will be better than where we are. If not, I thank you all. Those who are seeing us on the internet, please, you are privileged to be a member. And please, we need your participations financially, anything which can contribute to the benefit of this group. And may God bless you all. Thank you so much. Chair, back to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. We're moving on well. I'm also being told that lunch is ready. But do you agree that we break for lunch, we come back, or we finish everything together, lunch and then
Finish.
We finish everything we leave.
Yeah. So the part Madonka in our constitution, and everybody has it, both soft copy and print. We had asked people to give their views on this, and we collected their views, and through those views, we came up to the final one. So our work here is very simple, just to adopt it. Because we had given enough window for people to inject their views, because we cannot go now start commenting it page by page. I don't know if I'm irrelevant or I'm making sense.
You are right, Chair.
Yes.
Maybe you can just give a brief highlight on maybe key areas.
And actually, Fanuel, you need to take control of this now. Shortest time possible. We give it about 15 minutes.
These are the evidence. Like when you say,
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again. I think it's very simple. I think everyone has the hard copy of the Constitution.
Yes.
Our chairman has said this thing has been revived, and we've come up with a final document. I think today we don't have time for revision. Isn't it, Mr. Chairman?
Sorry?
Today, we are not revising anything, unless otherwise. So I'll just take you through the Constitution. Let's go to page 1. Are we all there? Are we all there?
Yes.
Alaho is here established as a non-political secretary and voluntary self-help group of members for furtherance of the objectives hereinafter contained in this Constitution. We members of Alaho House Self-Help Group have realized the importance of owning a house as a step in financial freedom, independence, and wealth generation. Hereby came together in pursuit of financial liberation through acquisition of shelter for its members, amongst other income-generating activities for financial gain. This constitution shall apply to members of the group, and all are expected to adhere to the contents as stipulated herein. Section 2, name. The name is, I think the name is now, shall ni kama bado tuna discuss, ndio. The name is Alaho House Self-Help Group, hereafter referred to as group, alternatively Alaho. The postal address of the group shall be Alaho House Self-Help Group, PO Box.
Napeana sahi.
Everyone to post office box.
Just a minute, I'm expecting it.
Endelea ukiangalia hiyo.
Okay, let's go to chapter 3. Aims and objectives as chairman is looking for the PO box. And to all Kenyans 18 years and above, of the Lake region origin who agree to subscribe to the aims and objectives of the group. 2. A member shall be eligible for membership upon payment of non-refundable registration fee of 500 Kenya shillings or such other fee as may be prescribed. 3. Every member shall fill membership application form containing details of next of kin and beneficiaries, which shall be used for settlement of outstanding benefits and other obligations in case of death of a member. 4. Membership shall be individual, not corporate, nor as a family. Meaning, if you have your kid and he's over 18 years, he will register as a member, as an individual, not as a family. Prospective willing to join the group that formally apply and upon acceptance fill the prescribed membership application form. Do we have the forms, Wanachama? We have them also in soft copy, yeah? I think they will be shared on the group. Monthly contribution shall be paid through bank account and pay slip submitted to the treasurer. Pay slip. Upon the registration of new member, his or her contribution shall be commenced from the point of joining and shall not be part of the past projects initiated by the group. Meaning he will not enjoy the benefits that he or she has found with the group. He will start from where he or she has joined the group. Upon the registration of the new members, we are going to chapter 4, membership and rights. Members shall have equal voting rights regardless of their stake in group's portfolio. Shall share profit and liabilities of the group in tandem with individuals, percentage, share of the group portfolio. Shall have power to elect or to be elected to any position in the group. Shall be nominated to undertake any responsibility on behalf of the group in a representative capacity. 5. No member shall have the right or authority to bind or obligate the group to any extent whatsoever with regard to any matter outside the scope of membership purpose or do any act detrimental to the interest of the membership or which will make it impossible to carry on the business or affairs of the membership. Cessation of membership. The following are general provisions of cessation of membership. A member can lose his membership through resignation, expulsion on disciplinary ground, death, falling in areas of monthly subscription beyond the prescribed limit. Any member intending to resign shall submit at 1 month notice period to the chairperson, and it shall take effect from the date of receipt. Any member who falls into areas with his or her annual subscription for more than 3 months shall automatically cease to be a member, and his or her name struck of the register of the group members, regardless of the other provisions in this constitution. I think, Mr. Chairman, this chapter 4, item 3, should be stressed on members, because we have some members who have paid only 1 month, some members have paid only 2 months. I think maybe the secretary can share the updated monthly contribution.
It's already there on the wall.
It's already there on the wall. I think this one, I don't know what we do as the office, but it needs to be stressed, because the group, this is the foundation of this group, and this is the central strength of the group. So once we are not doing the monthly subscriptions, even we dream how big will not make the dreams come true. I think that one should be put on consideration. Even for the online members who are following up, we need to pull up ourselves in terms of monthly contributions. Chapter 4, the executive committee office shall deliberate on all dispute cases. Restoration can be on grounds of misconduct where it has adversely affected the reputation or dignity of the group. A member contravenes any of the constitution provision of the group. A member has acted in a corrupt manner. 5, the committee may, however, at its discretion, reinstate such a member upon payment of the total amount of the outstanding subscriptions. A member shall have the right to appeal and to be heard before the executive committee. A member who resigns or is stripped of membership shall be entitled to refund of his or her subscription up to 75%, meaning the group will retain 25% from the member. In the event that such a member had invested in an ongoing project or any other form of undertaking prior to his or her resignation or expulsion, such a member shall take personal responsibility, initiative to sell his or her shares. It will not be a group's mandate to sell for you your shares. A person expelled from the group shall have a right to appeal, and their case shall be deliberated upon during the annual generation meeting. The meeting like this. Any members reinstated back to the group shall be obligated to make payment of all outstanding subscriptions and any other penalties thereto. Chapter 5, organs of the group. The group shall be composed of 4 main organs: the annual general meetings, the executive committee, subcommittee, and the staff. The executive committee, I think it's what we elected today, yeah? The executive committee. The subcommittees are maybe if there's a project or something, they will be forming those committees to run whatever the situation. Chapter 5, annual general meeting. The annual general meeting shall be the supreme decision-making organ of the group. The AGM shall be held annually on a date to be determined by the executive. A notice of the meeting shall be sent to all members not less than 21 days before due date indicating date, time, venue, and agenda for the discussions. The minutes of the preceding meetings, the annual report and statement of accounts shall be distributed 15 days before the meeting. That was already done by our secretary. Agenda for the annual generation meeting shall consist of the following: adoption of agenda, declaration of interest, confirmation of minutes of the previous annual general meeting, presentation of group financial reports, reports from committees if any, election of the office bearers and the committee members that we have just done. Such other matters as may be proposed by the executive committee or members at least 2 weeks before the date of the meeting. Any other business with the approval of the chairperson. Chapter 5. We have the chapter 5. We have the executive committee, the ExCom. All elected officers bearers, I think should officer, all elected office bearers shall form the executive committee of the group. The committee shall consist of the following: chairperson, vice chairperson, treasurer, and secretary. The executive committee shall be the custodian of the group's assets, both fixed and movable. The executive may constitute a subcommittee for the purpose of executing a planned activity, project, subject to approval by members. Office bearers shall hold office for a period of 3 years from the date of election and shall be eligible for re-election twice in the same capacity or in different position. In the event, like now, if I stress a bit on this, Mr. Chairman, it states that the office bearers shall hold office for a period of 3 years from the date of election and shall be eligible for re-election twice in the same capacity or in a different position.
Does that mean if we elected twice, that will be 9
months.
years?
That is 9 years.
6.
9.
6.
6.
9.
9.
Let me read it again. Let us begin. Let me read it for the final time. Office bearers shall hold office for a period of 3 years from the date of election and shall be eligible for re-election twice in the same capacity or in different positions. Meaning,
We need to work on
that. Meaning, if you are chairman, you can work for 3 consecutive terms. That is 9 years.
No.
But after that, you are allowed to vie for another post.
So that re-eligible should not be twice. So we
Yeah.
need to delete the word twice. So we
Yeah.
need to knock down
That's
the word
why
twice.
re-election.
Yeah, that is
It's
us.
eligible for re-election.
Yeah.
Oh.
The word twice to win.
Yeah, 9 years.
Then for executive, there's a docket which we included,
Vice Secretary.
the vice secretary.
I've noted.
You've noted that.
Yes.
I have a question. I can see there's a kind of miscommunication. If you go to the chapter 5, there's where it says the election of office bearers and the committee members. And you know we hold AGM yearly. Are we together, Mr. Secretary?
Yes.
And if you come in this chapter 5, cap 4, it says the election will be done after 3 years.
Yes, it is true. Meaning, however much we are having AGMs, not all AGMs will be having election as an agenda, but only after on the third. That is when an agenda on election
But
will come.
still, it can be reviewed because utapata labda waondoke somebody
Or mtu ameresign.
is resigned or ameacha.
Yes.
So that can be.
Cap 5, in the event of resignation, termination of membership to the association or inability to hold office, the ExCom
shall have the powers to fill up the vacancy until the conclusion of the next general meeting.
Yes.
Any office holder who ceases to be a member of the group shall automatically cease to be an office bearer. Office bearers may be removed from office in accordance with Article 4.2. Let's say 4.2, what's the 4.2 say?
It's on cessation of membership.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and vacancies created shall be filled by person selected at a general meeting following the expulsion. In a situation where office bearers are all deemed ineffective, an interim executive committee appointed by 2/3 of all the members shall call for a special general meeting where election shall be held. If any member of the executive committee is voted out of office on disciplinary grounds, he or she shall not qualify to be a member of a subcommittee. Once you engage in the disciplinary action, people will be a member koro. Onge authority mora bro me. Subcommittees. A subcommittee shall be set up from time to time by the executive committee as shall be deemed necessary with clearly defined terms of reference. All acts and proceedings of all such a committee shall be reported to the executive committee immediately thereafter. A subcommittee shall comprise of not more than 5 members, consisting of chairperson, secretary, and 3 members. Subcommittee shall prepare and present a report upon completion of assigned exercise, giving recommendation for adoption by the group. Staff. The executive committee, upon approval during the AGM, may recruit from time to time staff and volunteers to assist in the day-to-day activities of the group where necessary. The terms of reference, including job description for the employees, shall be determined and reviewed from time to time by the executive committee. Employees recruited by the group shall serve on contract basis and shall not have voting right or any other rights in the group. So this is in case of which we will be there having projects and having some investments. Chapter 6, duties and responsibilities of executive committee. Duties and responsibilities of the executive office bearers shall include chairperson. The chairperson shall, unless prevented by illness or any other sufficient cause, shall be the head of the group with overall responsibility to coordinate, supervise, and steer the affairs of the group on day-to-day basis. In consultation with the secretary and treasurer, shall have powers to undertake emergency decisions on behalf of the group and thereafter inform the executive committee. Shall be responsible for the supervision of the support staff. Shall preside over meetings and shall be an ex-official on all other groups subcommittee. Shall be principal signatory to the group's bank account. Shall act as a spokesman of the group. Liaise with the external persons on behalf of the group, and any other duties as may be determined by the group from time to time. Vice chairperson. The vice chairperson shall, unless prevented by illness or any other sufficient cause, deputize the chairperson, shall undertake responsibility as shall be assigned from time to time from the chair. By the chair. You can rectify.
Yeah, I'm noting that.
By the chair. Secretary. The secretary shall, be responsible for all the incoming and outgoing correspondence of the group. Handle all the correspondences of the group. Prepare agenda for the meetings in consultation with the chairperson. Take minutes of the proceedings in all the meetings. Be responsible for the proper recording and the maintenance of minute book. Keep up-to-date information, record of the members. Ensure that all legal requirements are followed, adhered to by the group. Keep an update inventory of the group's assets and facilities. In his or her absence, one of the office bearers or any other member present may assign to assume that, I think this one should be rectified, because you have a deputy secretary, it should be taking, it should be responsible in your absence.
Step in on the
I
secretary.
want to take you back somewhere. This part where we struck twice, that twice should just be there. How I'm understanding it, that the elections, you shall be eligible for election, you shall be eligible for election, but only twice, meaning the next election, you'll still need people to vote you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
You'll still need people to vote you, so you can decide to stand. But you can only do that twice.
Really?
It's
not
that you'll be an official for 9 years.
No, what I said, it's like a presidential seat.
Yes.
We have terms. We have one term has 5 years.
Yeah.
So after 5 years, we go for an election. And for the president, you are allowed to go for 2 terms.
That's why
That's 10 years.
This word twice should not be struck. It should remain. It should remain. You'll still contest for the election, but you can only contest twice.
I think what you're
So
saying.
we'll
There is a repetition, re and twice is the same thing, isn't it? So when you use the word re, you will not use twice, unless you mean that it's now 3
Shall be
times.
eligible
For the re-election.
Let me read it again.
You shall.
Office bearers shall hold office for a period of 3 years from the date of election,
Like today.
and shall be eligible for re-election
Only twice.
twice in the same capacity.
Meaning after twice you can contest.
Meaning you can go for 2 terms, not 3.
2 times, yes.
Yes.
You can go for
It
No,
can
no.
be twice. It can
No.
be just
When you use re-election twice, it's 3 times.
Yes.
But when you use re-election, it's only 2
So-
times.
2 times, yes.
The issue is this, you know, when you are elected, like what we've done today, that is not a re-election.
That's a
This is
That is
now
an election.
Yes.
Then when we say re-election twice,
It means
that means this one is 1 and the
Yeah.
2 that are coming.
Yes.
To make it 9 consecutively.
Those are 3.
So what do we want?
But what we have put now, by removing twice, we simply mean we remove the capping.
Re-election.
We just remove the capping.
So it
That
remains.
now it can even go eternity.
yes.
That is the thing. The way you are putting it, it has no limit.
The way we've removed the twice.
Twice. There's a time.
Maybe we wanted to mean, maybe we wanted to say
Twice.
the election once.
Once. If you leave
So
it
that
the
you
way
can
we
go
are.
there
Yes.
for 2 terms.
Then once.
Yeah.
Then
You
now
can
you
be
cannot buy it for the
re-election.
second time.
I think we need
Okay,
to use.
from my understanding, it means that you can go for 3 terms.
The way it
According
is.
to
Yeah,
twice.
The way it is.
That
Yes.
Now you've elected,
Yeah.
you'll be re-elected and
Then
elected
re-elected.
again.
Correct.
So we should.
So that is the 9
Yes.
Yes.
So after 9 years, you are not allowed
You cannot
to
stand.
vie for the same
For the
position,
same.
but you can vie for another position.
Yes. So what happens here, we don't want them to go for 9 years consecutively.
We want them to go for 6 years. So how do we craft the English?
We just
grammar?
now say for re-election once.
Can we say eligible for re-election in the same capacity for a maximum of 6 years. So that is...
If you say that, one will go for 12 years.
Okay. So we put on
Just say
the
once.
Yeah.
Re-election.
So we do
Once.
away with the term twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
We change it to once.
Yeah, if we remove that word twice and we don't put something, it will be
eternity.
Exactly.
We on us
Yeah. We do away with once, twice we put once.
Once. Yes.
So nilikuja na mbili.
We have teacher in the
class.
The road is now okay.
No, it is okay.
Now, okay. I was reading we were having a correction, Bwana Secretary. We were having a correction on the secretary.
The issue of deputy.
Yeah, the deputy of
Because of
secretary.
our absence.
Yeah. So I think you know that.
Vice Secretary.
Let me go straight away to treasurer. The treasurer shall be responsible for all the financial management of the group by ensuring proper financial records are kept. Update member subscriptions and other payments made by members as may be appropriate. Prepare and present financial report during annual meetings to members. Control the group fixed assets, materials or supplies, and the inventory. Be responsible for the coordination of grant applications and the fundraising activities. Be responsible for advising the executive committee and the staff on required financial rules and regulations. Be responsible for the banking and keeping of the checkbooks. Be responsible for maintaining the income and expenditure accounts and hold them readily available for inspection on demand. Shall be responsible for the financial planning and coordination for the group budget. Be a principal signatory to the account. Patron. The patron shall be an honorable head of the group and shall be nominated or removed by the executive committee and ratified during the annual general meeting. The patron shall not have voting powers and shall remain ex officio. The patron shall give advice on matters of importance to the well-being and development of the group. Act as an arbitrator between any disputing parties in the group. Support the group in any other form as and may deem fit.
Take note of number 1.
Number 1.
The patron shall be an honorable head.
Honorary.
Honorary. Oh. The patron shall be an honorary head of the group and shall be nominated or removed by the executive committee and ratified during the annual general meeting.
Take note of it.
So
Here is where
now that we don't go far, let's just take note now.
Yeah, take note now.
So meaning, as for now, we have the power,
Remove the patron.
remove the patron and elect
Another.
another patron. Is that what Constitution is saying? Yeah? Then there's something that I've realized. In the signatory to the bank, the Constitution is giving us chairman and treasurer only, but it should be chairman, treasurer, and secretary.
But the 3 of us have been doing it. So
The signatory to
that.
the signatory to the bank. On the activities of the secretary, he should be the signatory to the bank account.
Add that clause.
Yeah,
Yeah,
add
you have to add that clause. It's not
Because
there.
Under secretary.
Yeah, under the secretary.
And you can carry the day. Sindio?
Yes.
Yeah.
You need to.
Meeting of members. The following 3 categories of meetings shall apply. the general meeting that we normally hold after 2 weeks, annual general meetings, and special meetings. Quorum during meetings. 1/3 of the bona fide members shall constitute quorum during meetings. Members who may not attend meetings due to unforeseen challenges shall register apology with the secretary for the record purposes. General meetings. The group shall hold general meetings at least once in a month, or as may be determined from the time to time by the executive. Decision of the meeting shall be made by 80% majority of members in the meeting. Note that 80% members in the meeting. In case of disagreement, voting shall apply and simple majority shall carry the day. Meaning, if members are 80 and the present members in the meeting are 6, and 4 of them have proposed something, it carries the day. It carries the day.
Yeah, that is true, and I think that's what we've been doing. But I want just to take numbers back to 7.1. We need to incorporate the aspect of absent with apology, which I think is missing, such that they'll be considered to have been part of members who are present. I think so.
Yeah. For us to meet that 1/3 rule, we need to incorporate the.
So that will be 1A rule.
Yeah, I'll just
7.1
introduce it.
7.3 annual general meetings. The AGM shall be held annually on a date to be determined by the executive as stipulated under Article 6.1. Special general meeting. Special general meeting may be called for a specific purpose by the executive committee or a member. The following shall guide when planning for such a meeting. Notice period of not less than 3 days. And Mr. Secretary, there's a lot of and here that you will be removing.
Okay.
1/3 of the members who request a special general meeting and at least one official shall constitute the quorum for the special general meeting. Article 7.5, procedure at the meeting. The following regulations shall apply during meetings. All meetings shall be chaired by the chairperson. In his absence, the vice chair shall preside over the meeting. In the event both chair and the vice chair are absent, one of the executive members may be appointed to chair the meeting. Members shall observe decorum during meetings and shall not be allowed to use negative language against each other. The following 7.6, the following guidelines shall apply during votings. All resolutions shall be decided by simple majority vote, if need be. A vote of 2/3 majority of the members present shall carry the win. No person shall exercise more than one vote, notwithstanding that he may have been appointed to represent 2 or more interests. In case of a tie in votes, the matter shall be subjected to a further discussion, and members shall take a second vote. In the event of an equality of votes, the chairperson of the meeting shall have a second or a casting vote. Elections. Elections shall be carried out during annual general meetings unless otherwise determined. Nomination duly seconded and accepted by the candidate shall be submitted to the secretary 14 days before the election. Outgoing officials shall be eligible for re-election unless otherwise. All nominations shall be published by the secretary 7 days before election.
So there we need to do the same. Just read it.
Cut 4, section 4. All nominations shall outgoing officials shall be eligible for re-election unless otherwise.
That is the issue of once, eh?
Yeah, we need put the same.
It should be clear. It should be clearly stated. Save, part 5. Save as others stated in Article 3, subsection 2C, members unable to attend shall be entitled to send postal electronic vote to reach the secretary at least 2 days before the annual general meeting. Meaning someone who is far away, he or she is allowed to vote, but 2 days before the day of election. Am I right, Mr. Secretary? Yes. The meeting shall elect from among itself a returning officer who will not be eligible to contest in any office to supervise the election. Voting shall be by secret ballots. So my question is this. Both voting is by secret ballots. Then we have members that have already voted 2 days before the day. We have some members who have voted 2 days before the day.
No, those ones, they'll submit their vote to this,
the current secretary by that time.
To the returning officer when he is
I think I get your point, your concern, that it's a secret ballot.
Let me put
but
it clear.
They've already voted and like it has been sealed by somebody.
Okay, let me put it clear. According to what I've read here, they will send their voting to the secretary. You get? And at the same time, the secretary, yes, another person vying for the same position, and the current secretary is also has interest on the same position.
So this person...
Do you get my point?
This person who's voting 2 days before, he or she can send his vote to the elected.
Why don't we revise it and put it the same way he can send 2 days before, he can send the very day of voting.
Voting day.
Yes.
So that now, once you've identified that this will be the returning officer on that material day, then members are requested that if you are to vote, send your vote to this particular
person. He or she needed to be following this thing online, because
so we remove that 2 days before.
Yeah, 2 days before, and put it on the same day of AGM.
And those voting slots will be sent to returning officer of the day, or?
No, those one can be posted. There's no effect on that.
Okay.
Those one can be shared.
Yeah. Same as otherwise stated in Article 3, subsection 2C, members unable to attend shall be entitled to send off. The meeting shall elect from among itself a returning officer who will not be eligible to contest in any office to supervise the election. Voting shall be by secret ballot. Winning shall be by a simple majority of the proxy and those present and eligible to vote. Any elected official may be removed by a vote of no confidence carried by 2/3 at any appropriately constituted general meeting. Meaning, even though the Constitution is guarding the committee members to stay for the 3 years, but during the meeting, the members have given the mandate to remove or to do a vote of no confidence for an official. If I get that closer, very well. Chapter 8, finances of the group. The following three categories of meetings shall apply. General provisions. The group shall raise funds through various means as may be approved and shall be applied to realize its aims and objectives as contained herein. Reasonable out-of-pocket expenses of members of the executive committee and volunteers shall be expensed where necessary. Bill, I read it again.
I think that opening clause should go. The opening clause, the following three categories of meetings. That clause should go. It doesn't fit there.
Where?
This.
Oh, I think
There's
there's
something about meetings.
Yeah.
So it's supposed just to go to 8.1.
Yeah.
Just strike it out.
Yes.
Madam Treasurer, you are having some. Are you okay?
No, I'm just amused with what you read.
Reasonable out-of-pocket
Yes.
expenses of members of the executive committee and volunteers shall be expensed where necessary.
Yes.
Have you seen somewhere volunteer? There we had that problem. I think that's what chairman was raising an alarm.
Yeah.
The leadership shall utilize 8%.
Why don't we come with a resolution to that out of pocket? Or we still leave it blanket?
I think we
Then
can.
you'll use, let's say, 2,000, then they start saying, no, hii inatokea wapi?
So what you mean is that we agree on a figure to
Exactly.
use.
Yes.
Because
But I think the figure will be determined with what you are doing.
now somebody will say reasonable to you is not reasonable to me. I agree with Solomon because this is something that needs proper accountability.
Now
we just
we go to section 3.
Section 3.
Yes, the leadership shall utilize 8% of
Of all savings, investment, and 20% of all profits for salaries, bonuses, operations, and overheads.
Is it covered there?
Let me read it again. The leadership shall utilize 8% of all savings or investments and 20% of all profits for salaries, bonuses, operations, and overheads.
You know the challenge I have with that, because we can't access Alaho money, it cannot work. That money is sent to the bank. You can't access it.
So like this, let me say like this year, the group will get some dividends. Huh? So the constitution is giving the office mandate to use the 8% on some expenses that are here and there. So the problem is that money you cannot access it.
Yes. And I feel if we are to use that money, it has to go to the larger group for them to approve. We cannot just pass it here and go ahead.
So that's
larger group here.
That general meeting we usually have.
Where
The
they were supposed to be here
meetings.
today.
But I think
Allow me
this
to give a guideline. This is the Supreme Council.
yeah. Because that's why we are doing the
Yes.
online thing.
And they are free to air their views.
Members
And
are
we have
supposed
always
to-
given them opportunity to air their views. And I hope they are also following us. So this is the Supreme Council. There is no any other meeting or body that is superior to this. Yes, AGM is supreme.
So what we agreed here
Yes, it's
is
passed.
supreme to even the meetings,
Yeah.
the general meetings.
It's superior to any other.
I get you.
So what the lady Amelie was saying, even though 8% is capped, how will you get this access to this money? Because all
But then
money
we will have the accountability of 8%. What have you do with this 8%? I think
Again, let me say something about what Millicent is saying.
We have right now running two accounts. The one that is sent direct to Shirika that we cannot touch. And the account that we opened recently at KCB, which we can access. So we have to agree which money do we take to the account
So,
of KCB.
it will be quite challenging. The member will ask you, the money I'm sending to the bank, I'm sending for which purpose?
Yes.
And the money, okay, the ones we send to the Shirika, you also know that one is for investment.
Hiyo tunangoja nayo tu dividends at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It cannot be until at the end of the year. And if we give instruction, it will be plowed back to our
So
account.
I think my suggestion, we should maybe put on the record, on the constitution, that if anything arose, the certain amount will be collected from members depending with what he wants to do with that money.
That's option one. Oh, sorry, through the chair.
Yeah.
What he's saying, I think, is option one. Option two, we can also think of, is there a specific amount we need to give maybe on a monthly basis or a weekly basis or a yearly basis that will help us run other activities? Yeah.
Yeah, that one, Secretary, you take note, eh?
Okay, I also wanted to add, you see that item 3, we are still at the inception. We've not yet gone far. If you look at this item 3, it tells you that we might also have people whom we employ at some point to help us run these things. Those people will need allowances or salaries or such a thing. So when we say that yes, we have money in the circle that we can't touch it, but as we continue going, a point will come whereby you can also come with an agreement and say that where we've reached now, we can start dispensing some money,
yes,
or we have other generating activities that we can use that money into such activities.
So we will cross the river once we reach there.
I think so. Because when you look at an item in a constitution, you ask yourself, why was it put there?
Yeah.
Other than just rushing quickly, remove it or change it.
Yes.
Because tomorrow you reach that point, ukona huyo mtu anataka kumlipa, matashinda sasa utoe hiyo pesa. Yeah.
And on the same note, this 8% utilities. I think the utilities is a direct cost to the Alaho group. But I think this person was for the honorarium, kind of. Like the work these guys have been doing. At the end of the year, we should appreciate them by a certain figure under the honorarium as being done to other subjects.
Yes, like the other.
So if we talk of utilities, hii pesa ni ya mambo ya kawaida, hiring or making this whatever, which can be accounted for. But this honorarium is a figure which can be stated for the entire executive at the end of the year. That is a practice to all circles.
Yes, yes.
Again, you have to reiterate what I was saying. There are also what we call direct expenses, which are very direct. Like when Millie comes to town to do a bank transactions, she needs transport of not less than 200.
Because she's not coming for her own.
Not coming for her own things.
Mm.
She needs transport to come and transact the business. So those are direct costs that should be pegged on Alaho. That is not a honorarium. That's not a stipend.
So that's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah,
the
that's-
utility of the
that's-
8%, we should not put utility at 8%. What of if it will surpass that 8%? The utilities should be based on the receipts that we may have.
That's what I'm
Like
saying.
hiring the hall, the printing of papers. Then we have another clause for that honorarium for the executive at the end of the year. So I think when we were putting this, either we have the honorarium part of it in mind and utilities,
At the
like
same
the
time.
one he has said, using the transport from point A to point B. So this should be well defined.
So I think what you can do as for now, now that the secretary is here with us, you can put star where we have the...
Yeah, just noted number 3 and say,
Yeah, then we
review the clause.
We review the clause. You have to say what's for the time.
So,
Administration of funds. Funds of the group shall be administered as follows. All money raised shall be within 48 hours be deposited to the group's account. All checks shall be signed by at least not less than 2 of the authorized signatories. All financial transactions shall be determined by the executive committee. Book of accounts and all documents relating thereto shall be prepared by the treasurer and audited upon request by the executive. All balances at the end of the financial year will be carried forward. I think as we proceed, as we grow, later we need an auditor that will be working closely with the treasurer.
and the auditor should actually be for the entire members, not executive. Or
No, it should be an executive.
internal and external, or
Yes.
what do you think?
It should be an executive.
Auditor is different from a treasurer. Auditor is an external body or person
He oversees
who looks into the books of accounts or the
Of the
And
treasurer.
report to them,
to the team,
not the executive.
to the team, to the members, to the larger members. Yeah.
Yes.
The group shall, signatories
Sorry
of,
for cutting you. I've just seen a comment online. Somebody is saying, this is Levi Akama. I think based on the earlier clause, that when a member is leaving the group, then some 25% is held. I think this is what that can be used to facilitate operational costs. So they're trying to say that as I exit, there is that percentage that remains. And there is person A, B, C also.
I want to answer that. The 25% that is held, you remember, is held by Shirika, not
Yes,
us.
Shirika.
There's some money they said you cannot, unless you sell it. You cannot withdraw, access it.
what if I get the mind of that member, we are not in Shirika for the rest of our life. At some point we'll get out of Shirika and we'll stand on our own. So she's reading, I don't know whether it's she or he, is reasoning maybe when we are on our own, we have our accounts, we have our everything, so that if a member maybe sees away, that money can be used on expenses. Because or we are in Shirika for life. No, we are not in Shirika for life. At some point we'll quit from Shirika. So what she says can still applicable. I was in chapter 8.3. The group shall have a bank account to which all money shall be kept. Signatories to the account shall include the following: secretary, chairperson, and treasurer. Any 2 signatories can transact financial matters, including withdrawals from the bank account on behalf of the group. And on that point, I was having a suggestion. We can add maybe also a member of the group. So that we may have 4 or 5 signatories. So if we add a member, we increase the
Member of the committee.
not the number of committee, but who can withdraw, who can transact from 2 to 3. Now that we have 4 members or 5 members, we said 2, 3 to withdraw.
No, any two.
We'll do very little transactions. So there's no need of complicating things. Because like now, see, we collected money for the AGF. The next money we might collect is for the insurance, and that is all. The next money we might collect again is for the AGM. So there's not much, this account might not be so active. Yeah. The main account.
We can think of adding another person when need be. But for now, we can just retain
Chapter 8. The group's source of funds shall include, but not limited to, members' contribution, grants from trust, statutory authorities, grants from trust, loans and other credit lending facilities, fundraising, donations, any other source as approved by members. Manishun lakini mzungu mororo wa support wa. Ikelo mzungu no
anybody.
Ikelo mzungu no miwa milioni 100 kwa kwa hala. Yeah. Auditing. The accounts of the association shall be independently examined or audited annually by an independent examiner or auditor appointed at the general meeting. An audited statement of accounts for the preceding financial year shall be submitted to the annual general meeting. The auditor
There's a
shall...
correction there. Instead of proceeding, it should be preceding.
Minor or auditors appointed at the AGM. Do we have any more?
We didn't
In mind?
today.
We didn't have today, but we said we'll get the auditor as we
We are making this document for posterity.
Yeah. Note that if we get on that stage, it's not when we are going to back the document and audit. Yeah. Disciplinary action, chapter 9. The following disciplinary action shall apply to members. Members who fail to attend meetings without prior apology shall be liable to a penalty of 100 Kenya shillings for each meeting absent. A member who fails to remit monthly contribution as stipulated under the section 4.2c shall be warned up to 2 times. Upon persistence, such a member shall be expelled from the group. Inspection of books. The books of accounts and all documents related thereto and a list of members of the group shall be available for inspection by any member of the group on giving not less than 1 month notice in writing to the group. Manisoni member probably Millicent, to Millicent. Miabuge mag group. Adwara accounts. Millicent kikitambi. Lakini nakomi notice mal 1 month. Constitution amendments. Amendments to the constitution of the group must, I think there's something is missing there. Of the group must be made and approved by at least 2/3 majority of members at a general meeting of the group and shall take effect upon adoption as agreed by members in the same meeting.
Sorry. I have something to say there. Under these amendments, as we continue having meetings, we progress, new ideas keep on coming.
Yeah.
I think during our normal meetings, you can always build some bylaws.
Yeah.
So that when we come to the annual general meeting, we fill them in as part of the constitution. Yeah, so it is a continuous process. So we don't have to wait until AGM. Do you agree with that?
Yes. The last one, chapter 12, dissolution of the group. Kaya kuruwa beti mpenyi mwenye, ano kanyal beti koteke kamura chiel, o kanyal beti di Solomon, di Millicent, koro kila nga toye. Nuku mwachope ni we cannot drive kila nga toko watu kila nga tokuiji. Dissolution of the group. If the members at annual general meetings or special general meeting or a meeting called by the government department regulating affairs of the association decide with absolute majority, the association may be dissolved. A notice to dissolve the association shall be shared 90 days before the meeting day. All assets shall be liquidated and shared equally and fair market value. Such decision shall be confirmed by 90% He is not talking about two-thirds. He's talking about 90% of the members, majority of those present and voting at such a meeting. The committee shall have the power to dispose of any assets held by or on behalf of the association.
Subsection 3. All assets shall be liquidated and shared.
Equally.
I want to replace that word equally by equitably.
I've already changed it. I wanted to raise it.
Are you a grammar teacher?
Should be shared equitably, not equally.
Equally.
Yes, and at that time, people will have different share percentage.
Or equally.
Yes.
So whether you had something there or not.
Hey, I have to be given equal.
Equitably
Is what you
as
have.
per.
I think why he was putting that equally, maybe he has in mind maybe the monthly contribution. He's doing them equally.
Which we moved out of there. And we now defined that your contribution in Alingana was there.
We agreed on that.
Yes, I
Do
can.
you recall that that debate that took us long?
I can still also further say something about that. Yes. The work of this document is majorly 90% of my work. That's why most of the time you see me, I'm quiet. Because I cannot get drunk in my own alcohol. That's why I give it to people to also ventilate and have a time. I gave it to everybody. It's only Eric that did a review of this. So when you see this thing, it is me and Eric. But members have the opportunity also to critique it, but they did.
But me,
So what was in my mind by that time has so far changed. So maybe I was either getting exhausted or blah blah. That's why I put it
But you
equally.
see, in future, we are looking forward to
Yes.
our work, so it's
Yeah.
just okay.
is this okay that way?
It's okay.
But you have it equally.
Equally.
No,
equitable.
equitably.
Equity, yes,
Change that.
not equal.
Cut 5, any asset remaining after the satisfaction of any proper debts and liability shall be given or transferred to such other charitable institution having the object of the association. The committee may determine if so far the effect can or cannot be given to these provisions then to some other charitable purpose. When the solution of the group has been accepted by the registrar, no further action shall be taken by any office bearer. A trustee shall be appointed by members to liquidate assets of the group, subject to the payment of all group debts. The balance therefore thereof shall be distributed on pro rata basis depending on the share contribution. Is it there some kind of chapter 6 na 3 hazipelekani?
Gani na gani?
Me, I have an issue with the number. I'm quite taking Roman.
But I
number V.
think we are not dissolving this group any soon.
No, generally, the clause on
Must
dissolution
be there in the constitution.
Yeah,
it's
I
a
know.
requirement.
It's a requirement, but I'm
Must be
saying we are not dissolving soon.
No, we are not. So far, we are not intending. We are not even saying soon. We are not intending to dissolve. But when you look at the clause of dissolution, normally it's made in such a way that it even bars you from dissolving it.
Yeah.
The process itself that
Yeah. Should be tedious.
makes you to delay the regulation.
So, I think I'm done with the
But
confusion.
I have an issue with that number V.
5, eh?
Number 5. When you look at number 5 and number 3, after reading number 3, do you need number 5? All assets shall be liquidated. The number 5 says any asset remaining. When you've already said all assets.
You know, when you are dissolving, we will not left anything around. All stocks will be done.
That is true.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at 3 and
I'm getting you.
do we really need still now number 5 to remain there?
Any assets remaining after the satisfaction of any proper debts and liabilities shall be given or transferred to such other charitable, determined if so far their effect can or cannot be given to these provisions, then to some other charitable purpose.
Which are these assets they're talking about?
Anything that we shall have acquired.
Now that we I think
You can leave the word.
So here assets is not inclusive of liabilities. Because in accounting.
No, assets are assets, no, liabilities are liabilities.
Liabilities.
Yes.
So you're talking about what is remaining, and that is not liability.
Liability.
Or we just leave it. You can just leave it. But
You can
it's
leave it.
somehow contradicting number 3.
So why don't you leave the word?
Because I was thinking we can do away with
Talk
like
about-
5.
Take it out.
You tell which one, 3 or 5?
5. Because this is a dissolution and you are now liquidating everything. Yes. Bado hautasema na hii tuache.
Tunabakisha nini?
na kupatani.
It's chart number 5 out.
Yes.
Then before you finish, you go back to 9.0 disciplinary action.
9.0.
Yes.
9.0.
Item 1.
Item 1.
First of
Members,
all, are we okay with the 100 as the penalty or 100 is too lenient?
I think this chapter, we had a discussion about
That
it.
is
And we didn't get,
we didn't conclude it.
we didn't conclude it.
There were
Because there was like, utapata hiyo 100 wapi, hata kama umesema ni 1,000. Atatuma aje.
Yes.
That was the process, the problem, the question.
And that's why I was telling Eric, that point, to be clear, where the 100.
hiyo 100 itapelekwa wapi?
Inawekwa wapi?
Sasa-
Na itapatikana wapi? Leave alone kuwekwa.
Who will pay it?
Leave alone kuwekwa. Kuwekwa ni kama umeshaipata. How will you get that 100? That's
These
the problem.
defaulters.
Okay, what we do, no, you can get it.
We can.
Where?
You can get it.
I think we can.
You have contributions at the circle.
Yes.
We have your nini details.
But
Yes.
You will
remember,
want to exit. And there's an aspect of refund.
Yeah, you
That is
just,
where we'll sum up all your negatives.
exactly.
But you know, then if you're going that way, maybe 10 members or 15 members will have something by that time. Because like 80 members do not attend the meetings. 80%, not 80 members, 80% of the members, they don't attend the meeting. They don't send the apology. And we have some members who doesn't send the apology, they don't attend, but they do monthly contribution.
I think where you can get this is where now we start investing. When we start investing, we'll go back to our.
Okay, before I finish, because I know I will not talk again, I wanted to congratulate the new elected office, and members have some faith in you guys. So it's upon you guys to deliver. And now that we have a challenge on monthly contribution. If you check the list, we have someone who have finished 2024. No.
Yes. Yes.
And we have someone who has only deposited 1 month,
Yes.
2020.
Felix has done up to April next year.
Next year. So, for us to move together, now that you said we if I can recall, we said you can contribute more, but you cannot contribute less than 1,000.
Yes.
So we have to get away as the committee, now that we are here, all of you, maybe who is not here, we have to get a solution on this. Hata kama ni kuwapembeleza ama ni kufanya aje, or we need to move wenye wamekubali. Hiyo pia ni solution. We can move ina wenye wamekubali, sasa tunataka kutembea hii mwendo. Get ongeka kinyalo nyingi 1,000 na totally 28,000. It doesn't make sense. Pay totek. Totek nengani, totek nengacha. Dongi. Usentinga mal ema ya unacho na dia to bolo pesa. Ndinga ma dia ka bolo pesa bu. Onge. Koro we have to sacrifice. Solomon has come all the way from Mombasa because of this meeting. Because he loves the group and he loves the growth of the group. So each and every member, ma wijoa, ama ma follow up, let's have the group at heart. As much as economic situation is not easy, but whatever. My last question, we have the EXCOM, the existing EXCOM. We have some members who are, maybe they were, I don't know whether they were elected by members or they were appointed. Are they still valid or they are not valid as per now? We have Beatrice, we have, it was me, Beatrice, and Christine. Christine now upgraded and now officially
I
there.
think we should maintain.
Return them and replace Kristen with one to that group.
No.
Then meaning we'll retain them and we'll remove someone.
We are seven, how many are we going to?
I think what it means,
Is a good number.
what it means is that
In case of elections, you don't need an even number. So if you had someone else, it would be 8.
either 3 or
So
7.
it's either.
No,
3, 5.
there's another challenge that you're not seeing. We have someone there as a deputy chairperson. Somebody called her.
She had requested to be removed.
So
that
so
one you
that
don't
Joyce
Joyce.
got.
Joyce got, yeah.
Joyce got, yeah.
Joyce got.
And Joyce even these days doesn't attend meeting frequently. But
So you will remove Joyce God and add
Charter.
Solomon.
Solomon.
What do you mean remove and add? I don't get that
The
question.
Solomon did not exist.
Is it on the WhatsApp wall or what?
Yes.
On the what happened is this chair.
EXCOM.
What happened is this, you have a new office right now.
Yes.
Elected.
Mm.
But to help you also execute the mandate,
Mm-hmm.
we normally expand it, and that's why you incorporate other members
It's
to assist you.
Mm.
And that's how the Christian came in.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the Beatrice came in. You get it? That's how Manuel came in. But now Fanuel is asking, now that we've done this election, do we still maintain also that team that we were considering as the EXCOM? You get it? Like that committee, the way it used to be. Or do we have to change because Joyce God was there by virtue of also being a vice chair. But now we have a new vice chair. So technically Joyce God may
Replaced.
be
Replaced by
That's what now
Solomon.
we're saying.
Yeah.
She was there, not as an official, but just as a member to the committee. But now she's an official elected. Do we bring in another person, or we just retain the Nasema? We just retain because namba yake haijapotea. It is only the status that has changed. But for him, he is replacing Joyce.
So it has to be added.
Has to be added
Yes.
as we remove Joyce. That's why we want to work on Victoria. Yes. So that you maintain your number for the EXCOM that helps you run the activities.
That ought to have come at the time that we're coming up with the office bearers. So that it was taken through that process of the election, overseen by the returning officer.
We are not getting your
No.
question.
Now, the issue is this.
Mm-hmm.
The team that is being elected is clearly defined in the Constitution, the office bearers. But there is that additional team that you add with you to help you fully execute the activities. That's why you are expanding it a little bit, not to cover everybody, but just a few.
I get you. In my wisdom, I will say, if there is any particular activity to be done at hand, we form what we call an ad hoc team.
Another team.
Yes,
Okay.
which is a temporal structure to discharge that mandate. Once that mandate is discharged, that team is disbanded.
Chairman, you're still not answering what we are asking.
I think he's now answering.
No, there's not answering. What we are saying is stated in the Constitution that there will be subcommittees that will be working on a certain issue
A particular task.
at hand. But now we have the EXCOM that is there to stay. So the question is this: we had an EXCOM earlier before. Now that we have done the election, we have elected new office bearers. Christine was there as Christine, let me just put it clear, Christine, Beatrice and Fanuel, they were not in any position, but they are assisting the office as committee.
This thing is the uppermost superior sitting, the supreme, anything. So anything mukalaka supersedes anything manu sitting here.
So that's why we are having that discussion.
Koro the ex-command here more years and MNT. Koro and override any other earlier arrangement that was there. What do you get me?
That means, as it is now, the other team is disbanded.
Yes.
Unless now there is an activity, a new initiative
Yes.
that is coming on
Maybe
board,
then
then we can say come back again.
Yes.
You
not specifically them, any other person.
Any other person.
Yes.
Yes.
For this activity, the motim can supersedes any other thing that had been done earlier. Because Ma is now the officially constituted council. What will you record?
So thank you once again. Hey, back to the chairman.
Anyway, thank you very much. I didn't expect that we would go that route, but we persevered. The sugar levels is rising.
Any meeting that goes this far. Yeah, I've switched off.
I've seen you switched off.
I've switched off.
So let's clap for as I thank Fanuel on behalf of everybody, I want also to be considerate to the online participants. Do you have any issue, online participants, before we move to the next step?
Not before we move to the next step. Before we move to the meals. Just tell them that.
No, there is one issue. There is an issue.
Or let's say like this.
Generally, we can say we've just done it, but there is an issue that has been outstanding on those members who are inactive. And we agreed that it is during this meeting that a resolution will be made to either remove them or any other action to be taken against them. So we have to agree. So far we have 17 in number.
Who have not been active.
They only paid the 200 shillings and they paid the November and that is all.
And are they actually active on our platform, really?
Most of them rarely not.
I think. And also that list, I saw some people who have not registered despite there are 13K each.
There?
There are 13K each, but they have not done registration.
Oh,
yeah?
Yes, yes.
How many are they?
Those who have not done registration, they are normally 20, they are normally
23.
Yes.
And they are paying as
but they are paying.
They are paying. These guys, the guys, and I cover those forms, somebody doesn't know what to do.
Some of them, they had a problem. One of them had a problem with her ID. The institution needed her
An ID.
Yeah, and I think she's not in the country.
They can use passports.
So it does not allow.
Oh.
But unless you generate another
So those are few exceptional cases, but what Eric is raising here is a matter of interest. Those people have not been active all this time, up to the time now we are inaugurating Alaho. We are inaugurating it today. We have given them more than a year to show their commitment. They have not participated in the rest of the people as required. We have given them enough time to decide whether they want to be with us or not. By what they have done, what do you think their decision is?
The chair. You remember there was a time we agreed in a meeting that they were supposed to be given some time. I think those who are paid only 1,000, time is now up. Let us give them maybe 3 months. We let them know. If they don't top up,
They lose their money.
They lose their money.
Is it 1,000 or 2,000? Because we have those who
In this
paid
case
only
now,
2022.
we are now in December.
Yeah.
Somebody who just paid for last year, you still say,
Only paid
and
once.
remember we've been giving reminders, it is minuted, so somebody cannot say I've never been informed of this thing. We gave them time up to a point that we put it point blank that these people can only be removed during the AGM. So I don't think it is again time that we can say we give them 3 more months.
We have to start
What
a new chapter.
we just close and we know that if we are 20, we are 20.
We have to start a new chapter today.
Yes, yes.
So we are at today's 16.
Today is 16.
Put on the wall. We start with those who had paid only 200 by month end.
Those ones are
Those ones had been removed.
Yeah.
They're just in the list, but they were.
We don't need even to see them in the list.
So we need to have a clean
You see, the
list.
list has totals, so we still have them, but
Oh,
they will be put
for the
maybe
purpose
in
of
red.
totals.
Maybe you can highlight them.
Someone is saying imputable should apply. You had agreed with that.
Monday, correct.
So
So
today,
by-
those whom we are given a warning, the warning has elapsed, so we are starting a new journey with those who are serious.
Exactly.
So we are going to develop a new list with those who are serious.
We'll only return them when they update their
Yeah, there's
records.
an opportunity for them to join as new members.
So I have a question. If I want to bring in a new member, will this member start paying from years back?
No, that's why we talk of equitable. Yeah. And that's why we encourage everybody to bring in new members, so they start at their own pace. So let us go out to do an overdrive in recruitment. Kama hii kuna watu wengi sana wafuasi wake. Over 200, I know them.
Bring them on board.
So each and every person here should make a commitment to go and do recruitment, and we need to expand this thing, right? Sawa. Is there anything pending before we close? Members of the online, is there anything you want to share with us?
Elizabeth Amanda is the only person.
Online people are also very few.
There are 6.
There are only 6.
There were 8 actually.
So far they are now 6.
So far there's
Watching.
Amanda group.
Now, I think we give this opportunity to Millicent to give a vote of thanks and conclude with a vote of
Before that, let me just acknowledge for those who are online who joined.
Sure, yes, important.
Yeah, it's good. We had Ruth Ogola, Rosalia Osiro, then we had John Wow, Cameline Achieng, Anthony Solomon, Levi Akama. Then there was that. There are some people who are with names. Is it 3C? But 3C is Rosalia, I believe.
What about him?
Slifer.
Executive
And there was
office?
another person, Slifer, whom did not indicate.
Slifer something.
Something like that, yeah.
And Abonga Francis somebody.
That must be the Francis.
Yes, Abonga Francis. So
But
yes,
then the other one in San Francisco. They are in San Francisco. Would it be the same again?
this one is written.
This is Slifer.
Oh,
This is different from the other one.
Yes, yeah.
So you were saying that there are other people who?
I was saying there's somebody called Rings. Executive. That person was saying cross the bridge when they get there. We are still very young.
Okay, I think.
Let me take opportunity to thank Anthony Solomon. That is my son, actually.
Oh.
He's in Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Is our member here?
He's our member here.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me ask the how do you call it, the service provider. Can we see this thing? Can we watch it later?
Yes.
Yes.
It's on YouTube.
It is already
Yeah,
there.
it's already on YouTube.
On your page, eh?
Yes.
Oh.
Just through that link.
Even that link, you will see it forever.
Generally, can we get that video?
Unless you download it again from the internet and then you give it to you.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
it as a record.
No.
Then I think we'll take some pictures, eh?
It's a group picture.
A good photo, yes, you take outside here.
Then maybe one picture, we'll have a link to share with us. Then we download the pictures from the link. Okay.
I think
A bit of money back.
oh, God, you take man.
Thank you, members. My duty is a very humble duty to give a vote of thanks, and I promise to be very brief. My first sincere appreciation, it goes to our God, who has enabled us to travel from various points, and we meet here. We thank God for journey mercies. We thank God for being with us throughout the meeting, which to me has been very successful. And then second, let us give a clap to God. This one. Good, thank you. My second appreciation goes to our office bearer, the new elected office, for the people having confidence in you, more so to the chairman. Chairman, people have confidence in you, because when this group fails, you'll be blamed. So I want to appreciate the new elected office. Can we give them a clap? Thank you. And then I want to also appreciate the participants, those who are able to travel from far, Nairobi, Mombasa. We appreciate you. Even those who are here, there are people who are here, but they have not bothered to come. I just want to appreciate you. God bless you. Let us give them thank you. And then I want also to appreciate our online participants, the ones Eric has read. Please, we appreciate you, those who are watching online. Thank you for joining us in this meeting. Let us give them a clap. Thank you. And then I also want to appreciate the Mr. Kumu for joining us to give us a brief on Shirika Sacco, which he executed very well, and actually gave us even ideas of how to propel ourselves to higher heights. Let us give in absentia one hug. Thank you. And then lastly, I want to also appreciate our host, the Hotel of Good Samaritan, for the excellent hosting. I think that we have enjoyed our stay here. May God bless them. They have lived to their name, Good Samaritan. Let us give them a clap. Thank you, and may God bless us as we travel back to Venice. Oh, thank you, Chair. I want also to appreciate our young boys, the live streaming team, for good. We've been watching. I think it has been good. It has been excellent. May God bless you. Thank you. Give them a hand. Thank you. I think any other remaining? I've done. So we can just stand for a word of prayer.
And pray for the meals as well.
It's okay.
You pray for the meal that you not see.
It is there.
God has provided.
Let us believe and pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, we come before thy throne this afternoon, O Jehovah, as we glorify your holy name, as we magnify your holy name. Receive all the glory and honor. Thank you for your love, Jehovah. We travel, Father, from various destinations, King of glory, and we thank you for journey mercies of God. Even as King of glory, we plan, Jehovah, to go back to where we came from. We want to commit each and every one of us unto your able hands, O God. May you cover them, Father, with the blood of Jesus. Any spirit of accidents, Lord, we cancel in the name of Jesus. We thank you, mighty Father. We worship you, King of glory. May you watch over our families, Lord, even during this festive season, Jehovah. Times are hard, Jehovah, yes, but you remain God. You are our Lord, you are our provider, Jehovah. Jehovah, King of glory, provide for us, Lord. Let us not lack, King of glory, because further githahabu ni mali, Jehovah. We thank you, King of glory, even what you have put before us, Lord, for the nourishing of our bodies as we partake it, Jehovah. Bless it, King of glory. We thank you, mighty Father. We worship you, King of glory. We lift you high. Let your Holy Spirit go with us, Lord. For in Jesus' mighty name we pray and we believe.
Amen.
Thank you.
Off the cups. You take a photo. Under the tree. More travel from diaspora. We are here for you. I want to know your program.
I also started for that.